Morning, we're just getting here. These initial jobless claims slightly lower here than expected, 219,000 versus the previous print of 220,000, consensus of 224,000, and forecast of 223,000. So this actual print here of 219,000 coming in below all of these numbers. We'll have to see how the market is reacting to this. Pull up the QQQs here. Down about 0.25% still here, just over a quarter, about 0.4% of the downside. The S&P 500, meanwhile, is basically the same here, slightly better performing, down about 0.33% here. Not a ton of news catalysts today, but GME on watch once again, about 5% due to another Roaring Kitty tweet just in time for the Christmas holidays. Also here, we're going to have some Tesla on watch once again with ongoing strength. Nvidia retail inflows surpassing that of Tesla this year. And of course, Apple getting a positive note from Wedbush's Daniel Ives. Good morning, Sharif. We're back here on this post-Christmas holidays.
Yeah, sorry guys, my mic was just not working there. We'll have to keep an eye out on Apple, obviously, as they did get an upgrade there. Keeping an eye on crypto as well, as it sold off overnight. Was watching this trade overnight at around 100,000, down 3 1/4 right now. We'll keep an eye on that. Chinese EVs also in focus. Li Auto up 4.5% in the pre-market, and XBEV up 0.85. Looks like Xiaomi going to be able to use some of the charging networks there. Looks like more sharing agreements with the Chinese EV makers. We'll also keep an eye out on Tesla, as they're talking about expanding the Chinese Gigafactory out there to be able to make their mega packs. So we'll keep an eye out on those. Already up Tesla 1% in the pre-market. Should be a good one on this post-Christmas day. I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. Obi in for Neil. Good morning, boys.
So I put Nvidia and then Chinese EVs.
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Got a new sweater here. How was your?
It.
Yeah, this is from my parents.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so they gave it to me. I was like, you know what? Let's just wear it.
Raptors.
So yeah, we wore the Raptors.
Solid.
Yeah, I haven't worn anything Raptors in a while. I used to have this red hat. Actually, I should have worn my red hat today with the Raptors. How was the holiday?
It was good.
Very brief, I guess.
Yeah,
I just last saw you a day ago, so
yeah,
2 days ago.
Not too bad, yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good Christmas, had a good holiday.
Did you have a nice little meal there? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Had a good meal. Yeah.
Good. The weather was good.
Yeah,
I don't know if you traveled around at all.
It was kind of outdoors a little bit as well, but it wasn't too bad. A little chilly, but manageable. Got to layer up. That's the key.
So we were like -10 or something, and then all of a sudden this weekend, in a couple of days, it's going to +7, +8 degrees.
Wow.
So you're talking like back into the 40s again for all my Fahrenheit friends. Oh, so I have a question for everybody down south there. So when we become American up here, right? Like what's supposed to happen?
51st state.
Are we going to go with Fahrenheit or Celsius? We're going to go with kilos or pounds? We're going to go with miles per hour or
I say
kilometers?
let's just stick to science and stick with.
Like we're both scientific
the
numbers. Metrics. Okay, so just go with the old. I get used to that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This guy's buying Greenland. He's buying Canada. He's buying.
It's gonna be interesting.
The canal there. It's like great. Panama.
I mean, you think stuff like that is bound to happen. Like countries haven't expanded in a few.
It's not
a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Over time, you can see that. You know.
That would be hilarious.
I don't know.
All of a sudden, we're American over
It'd be
here.
interesting.
GameStop, Palantir, Apple, and iBit. Which one of those rings?
GameStop?
Which one? This is what I'm looking at. GameStop, Palantir, Apple. It's all pretty obvious. And iBit.
Yeah,
crypto.
I like those. I mean,
we're missing here. Oh, I want to look at Reddit.
Specific in
I don't want to forget it.
Top ideas,
you know. Hold on a second here. Reddit.
Tesla, Palantir, Apple. I do have. On to watch. So.
Did you see GameStop right here? Apparently, he tweeted something of a box, a gift box.
Yeah.
Well, my gift to you is 3.5%, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Roaring Kitty, so we'll look at that. And then, take a look at that.
Would you look at that? Yeah.
And then I'm excited here for Reddit. I mean, this is a possible breaking spot right here, 181, 181.50. You know, we don't know what kind of volume is going to be there today. I mean, there's going to be, and you mentioned it before, the retail trade's at home now. So if any of these names get going, there's a possibility for some of these smaller cap names like a Rettig or like some of these quantum names.
That thing's been running, right?
Yeah, it's back down a little bit today, some of these names. QBTS is another one to look at for sure today. QB, where's my keyboard? QBTS.
Archer Aviation as well.
Keep forgetting that's a New York name. Like some of these, you don't expect some of these quantum like new plays to be on NYSE, but they are. Yeah, so QBT has had a nice move down into 750 right there. Now back up to 780, trying to dance around here as well. Some of these low floater, high share, high short float names start to move around a bit. But yeah, okay, our watch list is out. You guys go get that. Scan the QR code there on your screen. Make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe as, yeah, we're here. We're here on a holiday here in Canada. I don't know if you drove in, what your situation was today, but it was like 20 minutes to get in today. It was I was just like
whenever it's holidays, like there's nobody on the roads.
Right.
It's the fastest you can ever get in.
Best.
Like downtown Toronto.
Man, Toronto has no traffic problems.
Oh boy. We literally have one main highway that comes into the city.
What, you mean the Gardner? Or?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, from that end.
From that end, yeah.
Yeah,
from like if you're
around
coming in South 404.
Coming on the DVP.
Yeah, DVP. It's usually, but the thing is, like a lot of traffic just focuses in and bottlenecks in and around.
Didn't Boston dig under? Like you can go underneath. Like I don't know what they had talked about burying the Gardner, getting rid of it, and then figuring out what to do. Like when I was in Singapore, you actually had to pay a tax to drive into the city.
Yeah.
So there was like toll booths to enter. And this was
New York's kind of like that, right? Think about it. All the bridges that you have to cross.
The bridges, yeah. I guess there's examples all over the place. So I was wondering if Toronto maybe does something like that to encourage less people from driving into the city and taking more public transportation.
Yeah.
We should have a podcast. Okay, let's go back over to the desk and figure it out. It was a lot of rap happening here this morning.
Yeah. Rap City.
You were Rap City.
Rap City on
that was a good
Boxing
show.
Day.
That was a really good show.
You know,
they shut down. It used to be, what was the building on Queen and John there? They got rid of that. The CP24 building. No, Anyways, it used to be the Much Music and all that used to be there. Now it's like a condo. Yeah, they moved it. Yeah, that's sad.
Probably making more money.
All right, we're from Toronto, so everyone that's like listening to this is like, what the hell are these guys talking about? DVP, Gardner, Much Music. What's Much Music?
Much Music.
Yeah, it was a better MTV maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
Is what it is.
Does anybody still watch?
Well, we didn't have Pimp My Ride, or what was that? Pimp My Ride.
Pimp My Ride was sick.
What was the one where they used to go into the house? Cribs, MTV Cribs.
Yeah, Cribs.
Can you imagine people doing that like these days, like that in depth? Like they used to just roll up on the street, show people like their whole house, and like. I mean, now I feel like people would be planning.
There's guys on YouTube and like TikTok, whatever, that they'll like just knock on like these mansions and be like, oh, can I? You know.
They do that on TikTok?
Yeah.
They knock on mansion doors and guys let them in?
Yeah, they're like, oh, what do you do? What do you do for a living? Can I come see your house or whatever? And they like, they let you. But I mean, I guess they
really
show like authentication. They're like, oh, I have this many followers. This is what I do.
Yeah. But what's the benefit of the person who's showing their house?
No idea.
Just exposing the whole.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, clout.
Maybe some clout. Who knows?
All right. Let's go back. Maybe we'll do a sneak preview of Sharif's penthouse as well.
We won't. We'll do Palantir, though. We'll do up 0.75%. Great look today for Palantir. Riding high this year, man. I mean, 380% up year to date. The acceleration really came in November after the election. It is warranted, supported by 30% year-over-year increase in revenues. The customer count grew up 39%. And this, highlighted in the green, is what really caught my attention. So Palantir and other defense tech companies, specifically Anudrill, are reportedly in talks with companies like SpaceX, OpenAI, to form a consortium targeting U.S. government contracts. The consortium is supposed to create what they call a new generation of defense contractors to focus specifically on new types of technology. Adara, this is a good look, and riding highs almost back up into that $85 area that it closed out on Tuesday.
Yeah, Palantir is certainly becoming more and more of a defense name, as you mentioned there. What's also interesting here, up about 386%. That makes it the top performer within the S&P 500, which had only joined earlier this year. But what's also interesting is Vistra is the second highest year-to-date performer in the S&P 500. They also joined earlier this year. So these new S&P additions, with the exception of SMCI, seem to be really outperforming some of the older contenders. Of course, the third strongest name in the S&P 500 this year is old standard Nvidia. So lots to look at here. PLTR, though, still strong.
PLTR was pretty good on, when was it? Wednesday?
What is this new stock you're talking about? Palin what?
Palantir.
Oh, Palantir.
Palantir. Yeah, I think that's.
I want to say hi. What's up to my parent? My parents waking up early and watching. So,
good morning.
Hello, mother and father. This is my friend Obi.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Katina.
Thank you, Obi, for saying that. All right, so let's. Yeah, what were you about Palantir? Like you had talked about that this was going to be a trade today. So you and I,
maybe
you
I don't know.
I said I was going to look at GameStop, and you had mentioned that maybe Palantir had a better chance to trade.
It had some significant moves, yeah. Like I mean, I know you had a pretty good trade on it off the open as well on on Tuesday.
Tuesday. What day was it? Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I just wrote down here. Look at this. Look. I mean, we take a look at this, Obi. I mean, there it is. There's the break of the pre-market high and the high from the past day. Once it broke that $81 all the way up to $81.50 into $84, $85.
Yep.
Like that was just a monster move, and then it came right back in. So the thing that I wrote down today on the sticky note, which I'm going to publish in just a couple minutes, is why not just wait for something like this again? Okay, and so I actually think that on a lower volume day here today, and the fact that Palantir's up, which is pretty nice, I wonder if it's going to be a sell situation. NASDAQ down here, 0.32. So market is down, this stock is well up. So this is going to be stronger than the market, so we like to trade relative strength. So we're definitely looking for longs. But the thing for me is, I think there's an opportunity here for this to dip into some kind of support.
I like that.
So let's just try to be patient with this. If it dips into here, which this looks like support to me, we did once, twice, and then Obi's over here, so Obi thrice. Once, twice, thrice, and then the bounce. So let's see if we can get that. Remember, we did not trade, we only traded half day on Wednesday. So what day is today? On Tuesday.
Today's Thursday, yeah.
So yeah, right there. So that was the end of it. Look at that move right there at the end of the day, then a leveling off. So I think if you really wanted to get, you know, a little more aggressive, you could probably start buying 82.50s or so in this area. For me, I wrote down here, Palantir, let's start to trade at $82. So we'll start the bidding in and around there. But you know, if you think that this name's really going to go, then you have to hit this 83.50 area. Just take out the pre-market high, see if you have something like this. Look what happened last time you took it out, right? Went up $4. Could happen again. You're at $83. This is going to touch $100 probably by the end of January, if not before then. So I think you got to get long Palantir. It's just a matter of where today. So we'll keep on good thoughts here for Alex Karp and company. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy boxing. Here you go.
Yeah, boxing.
Oh my God. Happy birthday to Mr. Neil Roberts. I mean,
yes,
what the?
Happy birthday, Neil. I wonder if he's
sidetrack there. I hope he's not watching. I hope he's sleeping in. Yeah, there you go. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I mean, that's all, you know, he's like, come on, guys, hit it. No, remember, he told the story that he was excited to have his daughter bring him breakfast in bed. So I don't know if he's got a TV in there. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's watching. I hope. Well, you know what? This is the thing. If the kids are, you know, you'll have kids one day. I hope. I don't know. It's your preference. I don't know. Yeah. But they're waking up early. So, like, if you're getting breakfast in bed from your kids, they're probably excited about it. They're probably waking up early. Yep. They probably already bugged your significant other to wake up and help them.
Perhaps. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that person has been bugged and stirred about, no doubt you are also stirring about. So I want to say I wish a very happy birthday to our good friend.
Happy birthday.
And the backbone of Trader TV Live, Mr. Neil Roberts, celebrating an undisclosed number today because it will be the same age as mine. So we'll leave that alone. Obi.
Yes, sir.
Man, I wish I had your youth and everything. That would be fantastic. And your hair and everything.
Oh, boy.
I've always wanted a man.
I don't know. I don't
Happy birthday, Neil. There it is. The real deal, Holyfield. That's right. And Joe is here. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
What's up, Joe?
You want to say happy birthday to Neil? Yeah, happy birthday. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, no. When is your birthday?
I mean, Neil looks probably 5 to 10 years older than me. When's my birthday? September.
September, okay. All right.
We had that montage that Neil put together. I don't have anything for the year.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
24 years old.
That was good. That was good. I mean, yeah. So
Ramin and Fabian, these guys, everyone has the fountain of youth, and I'm just sitting here like this.
No, come on, you're a young guy.
Thank you, appreciate that. That's why I'm wearing this young, hype sweater.
It's. I think that sweater's pretty dope. Pretty dope. I like it.
All right, back to Palantir, my guy.
Yeah, Palantir. I think I definitely agree with the 83.5, like that pre-market high, a bit of a double top. kind of consolidation highs right there. Yeah, the drive off the open was pretty crazy on Tuesday as well. Kind of broke that end of day consolidation from Monday. Goes through 82s day highs and then goes through 83s as well, pre-market highs. So that was a nice triple stack kind of level break there. That was quite nice. Put in a bit of an anchored as well off of that bid, and came in nice kind of at the end of the day. Beautiful reversion as well. After that buying kind of dissipated, we sold off pretty much for the rest of the trading day here. But yeah, I'm looking at some of these levels as well. That low being 81.48, so 81 halves, and then end of day consolidation highs at that 82 halves as well. So yeah, in and around that area. Pre-market lows currently 82 flats, which is interesting as well. So yeah, 83 halves and 82s from the pre-market, and then from prior day, I like that 81 half and yeah, 82s. And then yeah, if we can break through this 84, push through 85s, yeah, I'm looking to take inventory a little bit higher as well if that comes in. But yeah, it is a higher time frame kind of run up there. We've been catching a bid since earnings. You can see how strong we've been since earnings as well. I don't have an earnings anchored in there as well. You can see that we've accelerated off of earnings and starting to extend a little bit as well. These are all-time highs, don't forget. So if we do break that 85, maybe we are poised for a little bit more of more price discovery above. So that's what I got on Palantir today. So nothing too crazy and not expecting too much, but if it falls into our lap, I'm definitely going to give it a little bit of a slap.
You're going to take that out a little bit. Okay. All right. So 8:45 right here. Look, there's going to be a couple names. Make sure you do scan that QR code below. We do have on our watches today different names that are running around a little bit. Some of the quantum names. We have some talk there about the Chinese EVs we're going to get through most of, if not all of these stories. But remember, there's still 45 minutes to go before the bell opens, right? And so what I'm expecting today would be a little bit of a lighter volume day, even just into the new year, right? I mean, who's really going back to the office besides guys like you and I and everybody that's working here now, especially with remote work from home and things like that. A lot of traders maybe taking it easy, might be putting through a few orders, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of money moving the market. But there could always be news, and that's the big thing. So we'll keep our ear to the ground. We're going to have Adara on the desk all day, dropping the news. We have the Midday show as well with news in their ear, and we're going to be, if anything happens throughout the day, we're going to be here for that, and that could always definitely be the case. Always and definitely, yeah, those are kind of similar words there. So we'll be there, and then we will also look for Apple breaking out through all-time highs again here today. Nvidia trying to hold out for that 140. Tesla moving around. So lots of names, a lot of these quantum names bouncing as well. We can look in the marijuana sector. There's been some movement there as they look to get higher and higher. Google trying to go as well. So lots to talk about. Coinbase even 95,000 for crypto. So that's an interesting spot for that as well. And plus, get a free 20,000 buying power. Check that out right now with Trade the Pool. We'll be talking about that as well later on. So, all right, let's go back to the desk and see what's up over there.
All right, guys, let's have a look at the yields. The 10-year right now and the 2-year both making local highs, trading at highs. The 10-year up 0.92, the 2-year up 1.07 as we continue to watch yields move higher since the election as the market probably pricing in growth into next year. So we'll keep an eye out on that. So yields at highs. We'll also talk about some of these small caps. We already have a couple running here, more than a couple already in the pre-market. ADD, this one really got a bid in the afternoon on Tuesday, and it's continuing to trade higher in the pre-market, already up 91%. Zcar also very strong, catching a bid early at around 5:30, trading below the volume weighted average price right now, up about 100%. And MGIH also quite strong, up 150% on an interesting sympathy play here with Zoomcar there. So some strength in small caps this morning.
Lots of strength in small caps. Zoomcar basically announcing here they had a 43% year-over-year increase for their November bookings. They said the wedding season was really strong, and they also said they've updated their website to make it more user-friendly. So MGIH, great look for them as well. Then we have the interesting ADD. They have about a 10% short float on a float of 1.13 million shares. So pretty small float there. Market cap just under $13 million. Catalyst for this one came, as Sharif was kind of suggesting there, right at 1 p.m. on Tuesday when we had that push to the upside, basically announcing here, the company is called Color Star Technology. They announced that a member of the UAE royal family has actually joined their board as an independent director. So interesting catalyst there for ADD. Also on the bond and yield front, it's worth noting we have a 7-year note auction at 1 p.m. So I'll definitely be giving you guys those results.
Yeah, we saw, I mean, we got that initial claims there this morning as well, sending the market down just temporarily and then straight back there to the upside. We'd use the Benzinga Pro platform here, so I just want to show you, this is what it was right here. So jobless claims 1.9 versus 1.91, I guess it would be exact, versus 188. So kind of coming in, then, you know, jobless claims, that's continuing, 219 versus 223. So just a little lower on one and a little higher on the other. So you're right now just looking at a market that has ignored that number pretty much exactly. So there it comes on an algo, hitting it to the downside. If you guys were watching, you might have saw that quickly. And then the move right back to where we are right now, hitting at zeros, basically down minus point or down 0.36. We indicated Zcar not too long ago here on the show, and I was noted, it must have been back here when this move had happened. But then I believe this has been split, right? So here is the chart with our look. We'll zoom in here a little bit. These are, of course, here, let's just zoom into the last couple days here. Oh yeah, all right. So it's basically been doing absolutely no. We're gonna have to zoom in even more than that. Whoa. Let's reset that. So as you can see at the end of the day here, we just made that low at $1.25. Now you're starting to hit back upside right now into 290, 294. I'll zoom in on that in a second. The levels that we're going to look at is just what's been happening here today, because you're not going to expect it to fall back into 140 again. Like, to say that that's going to be where the long is, that's a little bit ridiculous. I always like the 200 period moving average for support when names move like this. So for me, down into there to 240 to 250 for Zoomcar, that's definitely an area that we got to be interested in. With a short float, with a low float, this is something that can go. So if you're looking at something today, only $3, definitely, we talked about it. And what you're looking for is traders with these, you know, and traders with eyes on this today, right? It's traders at home. It's pushing through orders on lower price stocks, trying to get these stocks to move. That's probably the play today. So Zcar, you know, not a name that, again, like, you know, we'd always be on. I'm going to load up my trade ideas and figure out what the short float is on this one, 5%. But only 5?
That's what I have on.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I was just like checking with Benzinga as well. So I'm going to double check that. That could be true. But again, it's the split. It's all this action here. So we'll wait to see. Like, it just split for like 1 to 100 or something there back in October, November. So I'll get that figured out for you. But I like Zoomcar here in and around $3. Just story doesn't even matter to me. It's just like, this is the move that's happening. Yeah. So you got a big sell there at 8 o'clock. That's going to do nothing. That's just a dump, a dark pool dump there. So for me, it looks like, that's why I'm not going to use volume weighted average price, because it's going to be way too tight to this volume spike right there, like crazy dark pool. So we'll just try to use this 260, 270 area to have a look there at Zoomcar. I think that's going to be the name today as far as small cap plays, but QBTS is moving around. And a few other names there. What was the one with an A there that Adara just mentioned, I think?
ARCH as well? Yeah.
AVD.
ADD, yeah, no. So yeah, we can take a look at that one as well. I have ARCH.
ARCH.
On Watch Archer Aviation. Doing a little bit of RVol, but yeah, Zoomcar, not really on my watch, but you can see that, again, this thing's been moving around a little bit, has had some relative volume as well over the past couple of weeks, incrementally, some strong selling, and then look at this strong move on Thursday, December 19th, all the way up to 620s, and we're getting some volume coming right back in. So not necessarily sure what okay, so 6 days ago, launches pilot taxi cab offering. So I guess that's what happened on this move right here. 6 days ago, we're getting some pre-market relative volume as well, with the high of 419, interestingly enough, just shy of that 420. But yeah, let's see if we can get up to 620 as of right now. And yeah, I think something good again to do is throw up a little bit of that anchored from where this volume does start to come in today in the pre-market session, in and around 530. And you can see we've been kind of making some lower highs, trading a little bit below it. So yeah, let's see if we can get past that 350. Again, not necessarily on my top watch on the day today. But yeah, we'll see what it has in store for us. A lot of small caps, Sean. getting some volume during the holiday season.
Yep. And that's why, I mean, also another name which is going to be one of the number ones here, and we'll get to it obviously as we go through the watch list, GameStop.
Yeah.
That's going to be another name on watch here today. Yeah, I'm doing a KH. Sticky note's going to be out in a second. Just we had some stories to tell and stuff like that. So I just got a couple last ideas written on there. That's going to be out in 2 seconds. All right, Adara, she's got green on, so maybe a good one.
We're starting with Apple, which is actually getting a price target increase here from Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives. They've raised the price target here to $325, setting a lot of excitement here about the new iPhone. We're going to have more about that on the rundown, so stay tuned. Next up here is Progressive, an insurance name here getting upgraded by Raymond James with a $305 price target. EverQuote here up about 6% with this Raymond James upgrade as well. And then H.C. Wainwright upgrading Palvella. They're up about 10% this morning. Some of these smaller names continuing to see nice pushes to the upside. Then we have Haggerty getting downgraded here by Raymond James. And last but not least, here in a bit of a lighter downgrades day, we have Celsius with a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. If you looked at that daily chart, you know this one's certainly been beat up. So CELH could be one to watch. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Celsius Holdings. I've never seen the board with 2 empty spaces. So yeah, not too much going on there in the upgrades and downgrades. And like we said, as a lot of traders will stay home. I mean, you have Apple up there. All right, Celsius Holdings. We're going to talk a lot about Apple. I'll leave some ideas there maybe quickly with Obi-Wan to touch on it. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, this is that energy drink here. Don't really have any. I can't really talk about the quality of the product. I've never really had it. I don't really know if that matters. You know, I mean, Prime had its run up, that drink there that everyone was buying. We bought tons for our kids. Not tons, that's the wrong statement. But anyways, at the end of the day, this name just continues to get beat up a little bit there with the downgrade. So go check it out if you're a holder of Celsius. You're underneath the 50-period moving average. So that's a tough one. Now only $27. Like, I used to not trade this name because I thought it was too expensive and I didn't realize some of the moves that it could have. But right now, back into this $26 level, I think it's just kind of like Intel right now. No matter what you sort of think about the company, as long as you keep bouncing off these bottoms, which we've done right there at $27, I think I think it's something like a long. Let me just zoom this back out. Where was the low on? I keep saying Friday. I was saying this yesterday to Marissa. Like, what day is it? What day is it even? You know? Okay, hold on. 26.50 or so. I think is a good dip up to Celsius. No, but I was just saying, like, because you had football, like, so the big thing, and I know it's EA Sports for you. Baby, if we can go back to this.
NHL, right? Or not?
No, so Christmas Day is basketball.
Oh,
normally there's 5 games or something on.
Okay.
There's one on at noon, then 3, then like 5 and 7 and 10.
Okay.
But for the first time, they had NFL yesterday. So NFL on a Wednesday when we just watched the Packers on Monday, then 2 days, and then Christmas thrown in there, then the half day that we had on Tuesday. And I've already called today Friday. Yeah. And then now it's going to be like, oh, there's not many upgrades on today on Monday. So I don't know, but it's Thursday, I guess. So anyways, all right. So Celsius, I like the bottom there. I think you got to, if you're trying it, don't hold it below $25. But, you know, we'll wait to see if we can get a dip buy opportunity in that one into $26.50. But Apple's just a monster.
Apple with a bit of an upgrade as well. You can see it's been trending nicely since its earnings. Earnings got a little bit of a flush right there. You can see that. When was that? Earnings was on Thursday, October 31st. So since October 31st, off of that earnings report that we did sell off at, we kind of found a base on that 220 and continue to push up. Again, push those all-time highs in those 230s, 235s. And yeah, you can see my alert here at 240 as well. We've been continuing 257, Sean. So that 260 incoming as well. So almost every day we get a little bit of a little bit of a bid. And you can see as well, this was that FOMC strong sell that had the VIX all the way back up above 20s. We basically reclaimed that, reverted that as if it was nothing. And then in the next couple of days there, Friday especially, that bid coming in and kind of wiping that whole selling coming in off of that FOMC. That's consolidation above some of those reference prices from FOMC. And then we got, again, on a half day, we got a bid up all the way up to, what is it, intraday high. It seems like it was 258.21 pre-market. Highs currently are 258.90. So let's see if we get that continuation of that bid. I like that hold of that reference from FOMC, especially on a name like Apple, kind of showing us that strength, that even that aggressive selling from FOMC is nothing, and we're just gonna continue buying this thing up. But yeah, this is an hourly chart. Look at it on the weekly as well. This thing is blasting off, Sean. So absolutely beautiful on the weekly. You can see that we had that strong push up through that 200 mark, aggressive push, and a little bit of a flag action there in and around with a 220 base, and then continuation. Look at that, back-to-back weeks making fresh highs on this name. Oh boy, I'm looking for that trend within the trend here on Apple today. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to get it right away, but something to look for.
So just right now, just 10% of the audience has hit the like button.
Boy.
So make sure you do that. 3,700. So we know it's going to be a little bit of a late day, or a light day, sorry. It'll be the same time, not late. Unless you want to stay late tonight, I know we'll figure it out. Right there, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now. There it goes. A couple more people hitting that. Please do that ASAP. Let the algorithms know that you have found us, and subscribe. You'll get that little notification. We do have the midday show, which will be lesson-based learning, trading, obviously more trading than the lessons. I mean, the lessons are quick, easy to understand. Great job going through the lessons every single day, and then the best. So this is the thing about the midday show that I think is, elevated everything. Like when you're watching videos on, what is a simple moving average.
Right.
So you watch the video, you pretend like you understand it, and that's that. If Sharif's explaining something and you don't understand it, this is live.
Yeah.
You can't get in the chat unless you're a subscriber. So that's the first thing. Yep. You can get right in there and be like, Joe, what is this bull call spread nonsense you're talking about? It's not nonsense, but this might be what you're thinking. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you log in there, you type it in there, Joe sees the note, and boom, he's right in there explaining it, answering, like real talk. This is not like somebody that's never traded before or anything like that. Like if you're talking about low float runners and how to trade them, they're going to be actually trading them, showing you how to do that. And not just that, any name. We'll be trading some low float names as well. But that's the thing about the midday show. Very, very patient for questions and things like that. So get ready for that. That'll be happening at 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock. And then you and I will be back here to trade what should be an eventful close or not, heading into what should be a great weekend. And a reminder to everybody, happy birthday to Neil again today. So we'll go for him. All right, it's 9 o'clock.
Birthday.
It's happy what?
27th.
Yep, something like that. Yeah, it's 26, I think.
Okay.
The date. All right, everybody, back to the desk.
All right, guys, let's have a look at the futures. Here is the ES March contract. We're well below the closing print on Tuesday, close at 6,100, or just below 6,100 at 60.98. The overnight high, 6,105. We're well below that right now at 60.77. If we continue to bleed, let's see if we can bounce up that 60.50 area where we do have some support from the days prior. If we move up from where we are, we're looking at 6,100 still as resistance, guys. All right, make sure to get the watch list every day. Adara prepares it, and we all use it. No good morning routine is ready without a good watch list that helps you organize your day, helps you know what's moving, and it comes right in your inbox there. Trader TV Live with Beehive. Make sure to get that every day. All right, let's have a look at the first one over here. Apple getting an upgrade from Wedbush as it knocks on the door of the $4 trillion valuation. Couple of headlines with respect to Apple. I'll get to the upgrade in a minute, but this one broke on Tuesday. Apple has asked to participate in Google's U.S. antitrust lawsuit online, asserting it cannot rely on Google to properly defend its own interest. If you don't really know what's going on here, Google pays Apple approximately, we don't really know, about $20 billion a year to be the default search engine on its iPhones and other platforms. That was the quantum paid in 2022. With respect to the upgrade, Wedbush analysts predict Apple is entering an AI-driven growth phase, calling it a golden era. They're boosting the price target from 300 to a street high of 325 Adara and maintaining that overweight rating.
Yeah, Daniel is dropping this on X today, as he usually does here, basically saying that he sees a, quote, golden era of growth for the company. They're saying that the Apple's heading into the multi-year AI-driven iPhone upgrade cycle, or the super cycle. We've talked about this quite a lot. And they said that actually this $325 street high price target is because most of Wall Street is underestimating Apple. So really interesting take here from Dan Ives, who has earlier said he actually sees Apple reaching $4 trillion market cap by early 2025. So we're going to have to see they are on track to become the first $4 trillion publicly traded U.S. company as of right now.
We'll have to see when that happens. What's the look, boys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that, I heard actually them talking about on the Midday show what that exact price would have to be to get to that 4 trillion, but that would just be a cycle. I would fade it off of that just because like that's a number like that people will be looking at. We'll I don't know, maybe people in the chat, we could probably just ask ChatGPT what that number is to get to, but yeah, I'm not too hung up on that. So I'm just looking at it, and Obi just did all the work on it. So great job, Obi. And we kind of went from the upgrades on Apple right into Apple again. But yeah. I mean, Warren Buffett sold this thing. It doesn't matter. It's going upside now. I mean, you're just going to look at the chart of Apple, and we always talk about stocks that are becoming like hold, don't trade names. I think this is probably the best of the best right now. As every person that's like looking at getting a new phone, at some point, I mean, there is lots of competition, but competition is not a new story for Apple. I mean, that's just, they're continuing doing this in the face of competition. And I mean, the phones are getting better, like the Pixels, the Samsungs, like they're all competitive and on equal basis. But it's the ecosystem, it's the like Apple every year gets high satisfaction numbers from their user base. So as long as the feedback keeps strong like that, it's kind of like Teslas and stuff like that. Like they just, it's a cult product at some point.
That's what I was going to say.
Right? And it's just like it keeps getting supported. It's bouncing off the 50-period moving average. Bounced. I mean, it held and now continues to go higher. So for me, there's basically two plays here today. It's breaking through this 258 level OB right here that we're coming up to. Fabian, let's just show this right here. Just this pre-market level right there, 258. Oh, that's from Friday, but, or Friday, see? From Tuesday. This pre-market level there, forget about some of these levels up to 259. It's 258.50. I mean, it's 258.30, 258.40. I think you want to break that. But just to be patient a little bit here today, I wrote down 256.50, basically where we closed in and around there. We closed at 257, but in this rough area, that's 257. That's probably where we'll start the bidding here for Apple today. If we can get $1 down, that's very possible. Remember, some of these names now are so expensive. Like to say, oh, if we get a drip down on Tesla for $5, like, is that possible? Yeah, it's a $470 name. You could get a $5 move down. And in the game that Obi and I play here, you can't hold too many shares, $5 against you. So we have to think about where is a level where if we come down in, where could we possibly find some buyers? And for me, it's just, in this general area, 256.50 to 257, this could be supported. If it's not, I would say just watch out if you lose sort of that VWAP hold right there, which is like 256 again. So I would be careful about losing that, but at the end of the day, I don't think a long is going to be in trouble here. Like, I don't think you'll go home wondering, what have you done going long today on Apple, so.
Yeah, no, that blue line on your chart, that's VWAP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how well it held VWAP pretty much all day, even with that double bottom
right
end of day. Right there, in and around 257 halves.
Yeah, right there. That's 12 o'clock. So that's with an hour to go, and then there's a dip.
And it holds again. So it's like, all right, well, if you wanna look for a bid, where have buyers been before? They've been at VWAP all prior day of trading, and I definitely agree with you on the cult sentiment, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, a little bit of a controversial opinion on my part, but whenever I see a ticker like this with such a strong following, I just say, Baha, because. As long as the sheep.
Oh, as long as the sheep.
As long as the sheep keep buying, the herd is very directional, right? So it's like they obviously provide a good product. Yeah. They provide a good product environment as well. So as long as the cult is happy, the ticker obviously kind of speaks for itself. So I think you can see that prior bars on this thing since the week of November 4th. We've been holding this strong trend, such a strong trend. We've broken out as well of this double top high for 236s that we were talking about. And this is a weekly chart here. And strong continuation off of that breakout on a higher time frame. So again, I like to look at look at the monthly. Like it's just price action is pretty much fractal, right? So it's like you want to look at the higher time frame. You can see that we kind of consolidated, broke out with a bit of a base, higher highs, higher lows as well. through 200, through 220s, and 258 is trading right now. So let's see if we can get to that 260 today. And I don't know if we're going to have enough volume on the day. Who knows? But market dependent. Potentially that 260 is well within range.
So we have the Trade Ideas QR code there. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of smarter trading with Trade Ideas. Don't miss out on 25% off all subscriptions, including upgrades to premium. Unlock powerful trading tools and insights to take your strategies to the next level. But hurry, this special offer ends December 26th. Obi, that's today. Oh, use code TraderTV.live at checkout to save big. Visit trade-ideas.com to make this holiday season your most profitable yet. Take advantage of that. That's 25% off of every platform, every subscription that they have right there. Go grab that. So 25% off. Grab that right there on Trader TV 25 at trade-ideas.com. Thank you to Trade Ideas for sponsoring this segment. So, all right, let's go back to the desk. That's it about Apple. The next story is going to be pretty interesting here as we have Bitcoin rejecting, as Sharif mentioned earlier, that 100K level overnight.
It did, Sean. It worked its way up to, on my system anyway, 100,306, and right back down we go into 95,000 and change. A couple of headlines here, guys. I want to bring you to your attention that Russian companies now using Bitcoin as well as other digital assets for payments. There's been legislative changes in Russia that have facilitated this to kind of counter the Western sanctions. As you know, sanctions have complicated trade with major partners like China and Turkey due to cautious local banks. So Russia now really focusing on Bitcoin and also looking to become one of the Bitcoin mining hubs of the world. Separately, MicroStrategy reported that they were markedly increasing both their Class A common stock and preferred stock allowance, issue allowance from $330 million for the common stock up to $10.3 billion. And for their preferred stock, they were boosting the allowance there from $5 million to $1 billion, obviously with a focus and with a view to raising more money in the future there to buy more Bitcoin.
It's been really quite the week here for crypto headlines. We know we even started the week with Rumble up, it goes almost 100% to the upside, basically with that catalyst that Tether is going to be investing $775 million in the company. So great look. BTC here actually just reclaiming 96,000, but we've given up all of yesterday's gains and most of the gains we had on Tuesday as well. And if you take a look at Ethereum, if I can pull that up here, Ethereum USD, we've actually given up now Tuesdays and Wednesdays gains. So ETH, a little bit weaker here than BTC potentially, hanging out just above that 3350 area, I guess, here for ETH. So let's see what we do. Ethereum having a bit of a base here around that 3,200 level. So we're going to have to see how both of these cryptocurrencies fare today and what could be, as we've all said, a bit of a slower volume day.
So I had Bitcoin written down here and look at IPID because just kind of like what Adair had said there, if it's going to be a lower volume kind of a day in the market, you know, crypto is always moving around. So definitely something to look at. Look, I think we've kind of hit something a little bit here. This is the 200 period moving average on a 15-minute chart. So, you know, like we broke it and we tagged pretty good there from 106 all the way down to 92,000, right? Then we hit it there. So I think if you went short sort of in and around 106, 105 there, especially maybe even on a retest. So maybe you don't go short like, you know, on that first break right there because you're going to see that every time it breaks. It's not like it's super clean. But then on the retest and the hold, maybe you're short in and around 105, right? And then if you're getting out, again, I don't know if you get out on the exact break or if you let this continue to happen. But at the end of the day, if you get out on some sort of a break, then it's 98,000. So that's about $6,000 right there on that kind of a move. Then look what happens. You hover around that 15-period moving average just before the break, right? And it's doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. Then I remember there on Christmas Eve, when we had looked at this again, and I said, like, unless it breaks this again, you're not going long through this, right? Now, we thought that if it did break it, remember I was like, okay, we'll probably come back and it'll be at 102, 103,000. Well, then it stopped at 99, 100 grand, as Sharif just mentioned there. But look at this 200 period moving average. I mean, we can zoom in on this. It's very, very choppy here. That's fine. If you take the break long, you're probably a little nervous. You're watching it. The minute it breaks underneath the 50 period, I think you're getting out of that long anyways. But look at this. There it is short. Here it is short again. Does not break it. 96 all the way back to 92. We got to have bids down there. The last time I bid Bitcoin was 94, 150. We talked about that. If it comes, and look, that seemed to have been holding, right? 94. That could be a hold spot. There is the break higher through. So that's 95 back up to 99. That's another 5-6 grand there as it goes back up. And then there's the break back down again. And I know whenever we're looking at lines and technical analysis, it's easy to look at it in hindsight. But to me, I would say you kind of got to wait for like this 94.4 area to break through, or we have to wait for it to get back up to this 98 and then take out 100 one more time. So I think we're kind of in a gray zone right now for crypto. It either needs to get up to that 98,000 mark, which we can break long and we'll try to play momentum, or dip into that 94.4. But what I wrote down here for IBIT, which is on the sticky note, you can go find it right now at Trader TV. Sean, I'm just going to say this on a light morning. We only have 15 minutes to go now. So there it is right there. Almost 2,000 of you viewed it. Thank you so much for that. We have IBIT written down here, 52.50 long. So we talked about some levels there. I think this is an area that we like. It just goes back to the week low there. So if Bitcoin gets into 94 and change, like I just showed you, we should come into this 53, 52.50. So for dip buy, light volume opportunities today on crypto, IBIT 52.50. I like, but there's also Mara, and I don't know what you're going to talk about, but there's a bunch of different names, man. Coinbase was down pretty decently earlier today. You also have CNL. There's a CONL. I don't know. Anyway, there's an ETF or a derivative of this trade as well. But Coinbase down 1.5%.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't have too much to talk about on this other than looking at. I stayed on a monthly chart here, pulled up that Bitcoin, and a bit of a grab of that 100K mark. You can see highs at 108,388, and there's only 5 days left for this month to kind of finish off. So month low is what I'm looking at right here. We're closer to month low than we are month high as of right now. Month low coming in at 92,055, so just above that 92 mark clean. On Bitcoin. So let's go down to a 3-hour and see what the trend has been. A little bit of a downtrend off of those highs, but you can see we've been holding support above that 90K mark after we did break out through this flag kind of action here, and then another kind of different kind of flag action here to take us into that 110 test. But a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if this area holds as a bit of a support. And names I could be watching are Coin as well. I was watching it last week. Again, some of these names, this is that FOMC. Let's go down to the hourly right here. So this is that FOMC sell-off, right? So we saw the strong selling across the board, almost every name, the whole market. Somebody, I don't know what it was, but a bit of a basket sell there off the FOMC. On pretty much everything. And you can see that some tickers like Apple, we were talking about, did reclaim some of those reference highs, some of those reference prices off of that 2 p.m. Flush there. But Coinbase holding below 280 right now. So let's see where that one will take us. Again, with Bitcoin taking a little bit of a pullback, I think that 91 area shelf could be interesting as well. If that kind of cracks, then maybe we'll look for some of these lows on Coinbase to potentially come in. But if it holds, sustains, and catches another bid back towards the highs, I think that, taking some inventory through this 300 into those reference highs from that FOMC right there. Where is that? That's just above that 300, 306, 307s, and then the day high from that day around 310s as well. So could be interesting. Not really on my main watch right now. Some support here from before as well within the consolidation. We're trading in and around those levels as well. So could be interesting. Going to keep it on watch, but I think Palantir, Tesla, but again, GME might be something as well. That's what we'll be talking about right now.
0.5% right now, Obi, on, well, we're just speculating. This possible post here by Roaring Kitty dropped at 10 a.m. yesterday, obviously on Christmas, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. People trying to decipher what this could mean, possibly the colors, possibly the shapes. Let us know what you think in the chat, what this means. But separately over here, guys, GameStop did surge overnight in the Blue Oceans market on Robinhood's overnight trading, reaching 33.50. It's also caused some of these meme coins to move here. Adair, GME Stop coin rose 5%. Kitty Inu jumped 18% in about 24 hours. So here we go again.
Another round of memes. I was saying to Sharif, we were talking about this off camera, and Sharif pointed this out. He tends to post here. This could be pre-scheduled. He posted right at 10 a.m. yesterday. And I looked back at all of his posts since his resurgence. They've generally been exactly on the hour or on the quarter hour. So that's of note. Also, if you recall his last post on December 5th, we had a big rally exactly one day after it was posted. So we got this post 10 a.m. yesterday. Maybe keep an eye on GameStop. 10 a.m. today, potentially, if that pattern continues.
Yeah.
All right. So for GameStop, yeah, I mean, we've already talked about this. It is going to be it is the number one idea on here. I don't know if it's going to be like the number one profitable trade today, because this is going to be a hard one to catch. I have a feeling like it can either blow up here because, again, retail traders are at home. We'll have to figure out what's going on with this. But again, like someone posting a picture of a gift on Christmas, I mean, you know, yeah, maybe a bit of a stretch to think that this is meaning something like a Merry Christmas to all GameStop shareholders. But okay, so we'll, you know, look, the last time this guy had a GameStop related, like really a GameStop related event was that live stream that he had, and the stock was a disaster that day. You know, really. Yeah. He's tweeted out some other things, but we've all had to decipher what they've meant, and they haven't really meant anything. That 420 idea that he posted in the middle of December, whatever that was, that didn't really result in too much. It had the weed names going for a little bit, maybe an hour, and then that was about it. But what I was looking at here with GameStop was just this fact, and this is what I wrote down. We've now broken above, so this could happen again, which is what I'm thinking. Not today. I mean, it might happen today. But if there was another reason, we've already seen this name go. Now, this goes back into June, so the summer months. And then we had this little lull where we sort of held this 200 period back there, down there at 22, 23. We can go back and back and back, and you can go and, you know, archive all this. I really thought this was a good buy down here at 20 bucks, just because we had the support. We had that gap fill right into here back in May, where we filled it back into $20. And then we just went from there and then retested and held, then gapped again, then basically retested right here, held, and now up, and away. So whether or not this is a long-term investment or not, I don't think so. But as far as a trade, yeah. I mean, I think they might have been EPS positive last month. They do have some cash on hand there, but they were down on sales. And, you know, you never really want to be investing in a business that's going the other way. But at the same time, it's a nice upside move, and it's now held this $32 area. So there's the break, and let's see now if it does want to hold that level. And I say it's now has held, because this morning, it's been, I was going to say into this afternoon, it's been holding this 32 level. So we'll see if we do get an opportunity to dip by this name back down at 32 bucks. I wrote down 31.50. That's just a closing area for where we were on Tuesday. So if we can get back into there, great. But I think 32 is probably worth a bid. It is on hard to borrow for us. So we had to pay an amazing $1.30 for 1,000 shares. So really cheap here. Both Obi and I have loaded up the shorts, but if it's available, we'll take it. I'm not looking short, though. I think a dip buy into 32 will be the first trigger spot. Then 31.50, we'll try to average into it. And then if we lose after that, then fine. And it will be not a Merry Christmas for us on GameStop. So we'll just continue to hold it. You know, not much happening. Like, I have the news in my ear right now as well. If anything ever hits, you know, we'll bring it to you as far as this stock is concerned. So right now, GameStop looks to make those moves higher. Just before I throw it over to you, I just want to get, and I might have missed it if Sharif or Dara mentioned it, but let's just go over here quickly on GME USD. No, GME. GameStop, there it is. Right here, I just wanted to see what the short float still was located or indicated at 8. So 833 right there on the short float. So it's not a huge short float, but it is something. So we'll have to watch out for that and see if it goes. But 32 is my bid.
Yeah, no, something interesting I do want to point out is that you can't forget earlier this year, May, June, we did have that double pop on that news, and a bit of a base here on top of the 20s, right? A bit of a base, and then we kind of came down into it as well, and then started to hold a little bit of that action underneath this double top. So nice little, you know, you can call it the kitty pattern right there. But holding above that 20 mark quite well, and you can see I have anchors kind of dropped in from the high as well in some of these pops. Recently, we've been trading underneath all of that action since this is a 3-hour chart. But take a look at this. We kind of start to consolidate, step up a little bit more because we failed to follow through below 20, and we've been sustaining quite well. So a little bit of a step up here going into the end of the year, and yeah, gapping up above some of these highs at that 31. So yeah, let's see if we get that continuation off of the open today. It is doing relative volume on the day, and yeah, maybe a lot of eyes on this ticker here after it's holiday trading season, kind of low volume in a lot of the market, a lot of different names that may usually show us some more volume, but. Excuse me, I have about 4 times our vol early on in the pre-market, currently doing about just shy of 3 times relative volume underneath this 33 price level. 32.90 is the pre-market high currently. So definitely gonna have eyes on GameStop today if it's gonna give us a little bit of a move. I don't know if we're gonna be doing any sort of halting coming off of the open, but if we do, oh boy,
that'd be nice.
We might be, that'll definitely be nice. That's always a little spicy there. Maybe the game will be a little bit afoot.
Ooh. So let's hurry up because we don't have too much time. I didn't even realize this, man. I thought we were like long on time there. Now we're short on time. 9:25 out right now. I'm going to throw it back to Sri for just 1 second. I just want to show everybody the imbalances just hit right now because it's 9:25, which has caught my attention. All of a sudden, I saw a little bit of movement here on Nvidia, but there's nothing going on at all. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Maybe the biggest name there's GME with a small bid doing nothing. Broadcom seems to be one of the biggest names on here with just 113,000 share bids. So not much happening on here. QRT, I don't know what that is. BBAI might be a name there. Big Bear with a bid as well, up 7%, 6% today. All right, let's go quickly over Nvidia.
Yeah, I didn't even see the time.
Down about 0.5% here to start the day, but it's up 182% year to date. And guys, since we launched ChatGPT, Nvidia is up 895% since the autumn of 02, with 92% of analysts rating it as a buy. We do know, though, that it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for Nvidia as of late. Billionaire Stanley Druckenmiller, selling his entire Nvidia position in Q3 of 2024, and he's shifting into Broadcom, which now ranks amongst his top 15 holdings. Obviously, analysts love Nvidia for its vertical integration, Adara, and now retail does as well.
Retail does love Nvidia, Sharif. They're actually now, Nvidia has gone from the 4th highest net inflows for retail traders in 2023 to now 2024 highest retail net inflows. $29.8 billion of retail money poured into this stock this year. Next was SPY here, $15.3 billion. Tesla, which was the former winner, actually in 3rd place this year, $14.7 billion. So getting about half of the inflow that we saw with Nvidia. It's also worth noting we had our first close in 20 days above that 140 level on Tuesday. Now, this is significant. According to some quant traders, if we break above that 145, we could see a push into 170. So potentially some technical levels to be aware of as Nvidia edges towards 140. As of right now, we're hanging out around 139 and 2/3, sorry.
I don't know. I'm not sure, if we want this 140 break or not, but that's going to be a great trade, I feel like. Just the fact that it's underneath 140 and has a chance to get back above it. As Adara mentioned, we hadn't been there in a while. We closed finally above that level. But here we go for Nvidia. I mean, it looks like a good little stock trying to now break through. I'll show you the daily chart here because there's no splits involved. Really held the 200. We didn't even get dipped into there. We talked about trying to reload it if it got into 115, 117. We hadn't sold any, so it'd just be an ad at that point. But there's the 50-period moving average. We got to go on here, so talking a little quicker, but there's the break above the 50-period moving average. I think Nvidia continues to work with all these other major mega cap names at 52-week and all-time highs. It's just a matter of time before Nvidia gets back to that 153 area, which is the all-time high. And then, as Adara mentioned, I hadn't heard the 170 marker recently, but if that's what traders are talking about, I'm all for that. I think that's a big possibility. The break to me, instead of 140, maybe 140.50, where we kind of couldn't break above there and held on Friday, Tuesday. So I like Nvidia right here. Quick thoughts, Obi, as we only have a minute left.
Yeah, no, Nvidia through that 140, I think is definitely going to be interesting. Bit of a downtrend off of those all-time highs, 152.88. So yeah, if you draw a little bit of a trend line here, we did kind of break above it. 140, I think 142 pre-market highs as well, right? Yeah, 141.96, 96s, and yeah. So let's see if that can come in here again. Market tailwind determining if we're strong off of the open. You can see that we sold off in the pre-market session as well, both on the ES and the Nasdaq. So if we start to catch a little bit of a bid and reclaim this 22,000 on the Nasdaq, then yeah, maybe through that 140 is something I'll be looking for on Nvidia. But I think there's other names as well that we could be looking long.
Yeah. If there's going to be other, I was going to say with only less than a minute left, Dara's going to have to get to the bell in a minute. So let's throw it back over to the desk. I'm going to trade long, strong stocks. All right, what's up, guys?
This one here, Chinese EVs, looks like they're up on the day. Li Auto up 4.5% on the back of electric charger sharing agreement with Xiaomi and some of the other Chinese EVs. Separately here, China set to achieve its EV target of at least 50% of car sales by 2025, a decade earlier, Adara, than anticipated.
Yeah, we're just about 20 seconds away from the bell. Joe's going to be at the bell today, but yeah, really quickly, Li Auto well performing the rest of these in terms of volume and strength. As Sharif set up almost 5%. We know sometimes these Chinese EVs sell off as the market opens, so we'll have to see if that's the case once again today. Over to the bell.
Joe, the handsome guy, the handsome devil. Joe, it's good holidays, good Christmas.
Excellent.
There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. What's up, Joe? Good to see you one more time here on the show to ring the bell. Thanks, Adara and Sharif, for the morning recap there, the morning start. So let's get going. Yeah, I'm not going to look at Tesla immediately. We will talk about that in just a minute. Apple, by the way, is gone. Nvidia is gone. They are all gone right now. I'm going to try Apple right now just to see as it breaks a little bit higher. I don't want to. Little bit of FOMO here because it broke that 258.50, but it did it immediately. So I don't want to punch into a whole boatload now. Let's let it settle down. We'll get some longs. We have about 25% of a comfortable position for us on Apple as there it goes right now, Obi. Nice move to the upside. 50 cents in the money now on Apple. But doesn't matter. We're waiting for more. All right, so Nvidia right now. There's that 140 level. We said it was gone. It went up to 140.25s or so, and there's now pulling back in about a quarter. If you want to get long Nvidia, 139. Oh boy, Obi, just held right there. So nice little move in. Things are getting a little violent here on these names. Not violent in the moves, but just in its positioning right there. All right, Apple's gone. Apple is well off, man. Apple is now getting close to that dollar club already. There's Palantir with a little bit of a dip down into 82 bucks again is what we're looking for on that bid. Oh boy, here goes Apple. Obi, I got to get something else out. We still got on pretty much everything here for Apple. So there it is, 259.39 Apple. Boom. Nice trade to start the week. See there again.
Beautiful.
Beautiful entry there on Apple. Thank you, Obi. And there it goes, nicely done. And there it is. It is your first dollar club, and it is $1. It is a minute into the show and $1 into the blotter. So far so good there, but it could always retrace. So yeah, let's not celebrate too hard here.
Nice trade there on Apple, Sean. I'm looking for a bid to show up on Palantir. Nothing yet. We came straight down into the 82.
Oh God, I got 82 just now.
Halves. Yeah. So okay, nice. You're already sitting at that 82. Solid there. So that's that pre-market low at that 82s. Let's see if that holds. Again, I'm going to be looking for that bid to.
Let's go.
30 pennies right off the bat.
Right off the jump, right there. That's 30 pennies.
Nice candy, baby. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more patient. The market is ticking back up, but we're under that 22,000. A bit of a missed opportunity for me on that Apple. That Apple was again pushing all-time highs there. Here comes that 260, Sean. So that 260 coming in.
Oh boy,
Apple,
Obi.
Real nice. For that continuation. So definitely missed that trade on my part. But where's the next trade is what I'm looking at, and I'm watching Tesla as well. Tesla below that 460 mark, 458. But let's see if this bid kind of catches on that Palantir. But holding that 82 right now. What's up, Adara?
Keep an eye here on GME. We talked about this one already being strong after that Roaring Kitty tweet renewed some interest in the stock and its associated meme coins. But GME here up 6.5%. Nice volume here off the open. This is the 3-minute chart. We've got about 1.6 million in volume on this one opening candle. Let's see if it's able to continue this strength, guys. Back to you.
As well, but we don't. All right, so we just got out 82.40s some there on, thanks Adara, on Palantir. So this one's going to be a little funny. We talked about that. We're only out of 40% of this trade. I'm going to put another 5% or so back at 30s in case we do get that another bump. Palantir's been tricky, man. We've been so, that's why I was like, you know what, let's try to hold this if we can, but be patient at the same time. Hold it is being patient, but be aggressive on getting some out when it does pop into a good level for us. Just like this Apple, I'll take another 2 or 3% out right here. I'm still waiting for another about 10% out actually, up near 260, as Obi had mentioned, that level coming into play, but they're right there, $1 in the money now on Apple, and then good trade there on Palantir. We wrote down that we wanted 82 bucks. So when 82 bucks came in, we were sitting there, and that's why when Obi was even talking about it, I was like, oh, I just got in, right? So it came in into that. Okay, there it goes. There's Apple. Apple's taking down 260. Let's see if we've got it. Obi, we still have on half, which is not usually the case for me. We're normally out of much more than this, but oh boy, I'm going to get out of a leather piece there as we just did fail at the top. I keep looking over at the board, Obi, because I'm like, when is this guy going to play the regression? Because then I have to think about getting out. But for right now, it is the big trade right there for me, as Obi hasn't been in one yet. So we'll wait to see what happens, which is fine. There's no rush in anything here today. The thing is, we knew we wanted, so Apple came in. That's 258.50. We only have 4 ideas on here. GameStop's already blasting, right? So we missed that one. That's trade idea number 1, long GameStop. Okay, but again, we don't have it. We were waiting for 31.50. We're bidding 32s. Nice trade there for GME, right? The other idea that we had on here was Palantir long at 82 bucks. So there it is. I don't know. I'll just show this while we're talking quickly. There's Palantir long at 82 bucks, right? There's the GameStop long. There's the Apple long, 258.50. Now we just wait for iBit and or something else to settle out. So I'm not going to get too carried away. We've done really well with some of the trading here lately. We'll see if iBit can get back into 94,000 or so with it coming back in right now. So good trade there. We're out of half. Good. Look at that. On the retracement back in. We're able to get out of some again there on the way back down. So we got some out there at 259.95 or so. And now a little bit of a retracement. I'm going to take an opportunity right now, Obi, to get another piece out in the 60s. And then, hey, man, if it wants to get back through 260, maybe we'll punch a bit more. But that's what we're doing so far.
Yeah, no, I like that. I took a little bit of a stab there on Palantir for the long in the 20s. Gets stopped out as it breaks back below that 82 mark. So, yeah, let's see. Low day currently 81.73 there, Sean. So let's see if that one can potentially come in here. I'm willing to take a couple stabs there at it before it kind of starts to potentially work. So I'm gonna give it a couple of tries here before it maybe potentially catches a bid, but it has started to slow down a little bit on the day. So let's see how that one potentially comes in here. So 82 is holding as of right now. What's the market doing? Market's attempting to push towards that 22,000 on the ES here. 456 holding as of right now on Tesla as well. And that Apple didn't quite get to 260. We got to 259.96.
Yeah, I got for 95, Phil. Can you believe that?
Wow, 1 penny below the low. Nice.
That's just lucky there. Though, just a fluke.
But yeah, Palantir potentially coming into the lows here. We did see aggressive bidding yesterday prior trade.
Oh my God, dude, it's
looking for that to potentially come in. But if that doesn't come in, that's perfectly fine as well. Here again, not really doing too much volume currently. But let's look for that continuation to potentially come in. I'm looking for those 83s. I don't know if we're going to get back to pre-market highs anymore, but VWAP I have currently sitting at 82.72 as of right now. So let's see if we can even get to VWAP here and potentially.
But before we go to Derek, should we be talking about this? I just want to talk about Zcar. We talked about Zcar earlier on. Thank you for somebody in the chat talking about how on fire we are right now, you and I, Obi. But right into there, I was talking about this bouncing off of 250 Zcar. So there's 260 up to 360. What's up, Adara?
Another small cap and watch here beyond Zcar. It's going to be KULR. This one trades on the Amex, up about 21% right now, and it is one that has traded higher in the past as well. So we know it can run. Announcing this morning, they've launched a Bitcoin treasury with a purchase of 217 BTC for about $21 million, average price of around 96.5 thousand. So they've also allocated up to 90% of their surplus cash to future Bitcoin investments. So keep an eye on KULR with a BTC-related catalyst, just over $1 billion market cap and 7.5% short float. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content so far today, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right, we can go over some more names here. I just wanted to say that Palantir, thanks, Dara, for that. I just want to say Palantir did come up to 82.50 again. I'm going to say, I was going to say, I'm at 33s, and I feel like it might have just bounced off. Go, Palantir. One more fill up into here because we've just seen it bounce too many times in this area. Okay. No, don't stop at 30. Like 3 more pennies. There I am. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if that randomly doesn't break through me, that's crazy. All right, so there it is. I don't have any more offers on Palantir. Now that I see where VWAP is, no, I'm not interested in that. I think the 50 period bottom here of 82.80 for Palantir. So let's go 82.70s, and we'll get out another piece there. What I'm trying to get at now is another 10% of what we have left, and then we'll try to let it go. We don't have a huge piece left on Palantir. We have about 40% or so on the shares for PLTR. Now we're at the highs of the day. There it is, Ozan. What's up? We're wearing the hat again. As Obi just mentioned, the past high, 259.95, 96. Now we're coming into that play again, and there it goes right now. Breaking new all-time highs there for Apple. There it is. Breaking through 260. So there it goes, man, Obi. There goes 260 right now. Huge move. We're long 258 and change. So good little long here for Apple. $1.25 right now in the money. But here, Obi. What's going on? What a guan, Obi. This is starting to come back a little bit right now. All right, I'm going to punch out of 5% of what we have there. We'll get something out there at 80 as it pops right back up, and another piece out at 90, and then we'll see if it does pull back a little bit, because Palantir's trying to pull back. The market's pulling back right now. Was that a call for Adara? Okay, let's go.
Of excitement here despite this holiday shortened week. RUM up about 10% today. This one had quite the rally starting on Monday when they announced that there's going to be a $775 million strategic investment in the company from Tether. RUM here currently up, as I said, 10% with a 21.4% short float. No new catalyst on this, but it's nicely pushing past that $14 level. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, so I guess
you're with me.
Some more rumbling happening there on that ticker. Yeah, no, like I said, top ideas today were Tesla, Palantir, Apple. Missed out on that Apple, but trying to participate a little bit here on the Palantir on that pullback. Yeah, again, we had similar areas on watch.
Yep, perfect.
They're kind of obvious for that 82 level. We did kind of holding that as of right now, but like I said, I'm willing to give it a couple shots before and kind of let it work here. So let's see if we can get back to VWAP, but that reversion was pretty aggressive coming into the end of the day. Prior day's trading, we gave up a decent chunk of the move and closed near the lows, and we're kind of holding some of those levels as of right now, in and around, like we said, the 81 halves, the 82s, 82 halves as well. I see that you're looking at Rigetti.
I'm going to take it.
I have not Rigetti, that one.
Yeah, and Mom Spaghetti, Rigetti. 14.5% right now, short float on this name. As, again, this is the largest holding, that QTUM ETF for Quantum, and there it is. We are now long. So let's go, man. Is it going to be a penne? Is it going to be a rigatoni? I don't know what it is, but it is a Rigetti right now, long through 1163. And why do we have it? Because we talked about having it. That's the first part. The second part is there's the sort of the break right there of 1150. We missed that break. It kept bouncing a little bit off 1160. I said, let's try it. There we are. We are now in Rigetti to go 1, 2, and hopefully 3 for 3 as Rigetti trying to go back upside. This oh boy moment brought to you by Palantir. I think that's going to be a good one there, up through 82.50 right now again. Oh no, Rigetti, I did not put an offer out. There it goes, up to 11.90. We just put one out in the 80s, so let's see what it looks like right now. 81, 82, going through some nice volume. I'm actually at 85. Why are you stopping there? I'm going to offer 80s. There we go. Did we get that, Phil? Yes, we did. Okay. So we just got some out at 80. We're also waiting at 85 again for Rigetti. I'm taking out, so right there, I actually just took out 10% at 80s. I know it's not that big of a win. It's only 17 cents, but we just bounced off 12 there. So let's see if it gets going now. We're in the quantum space one more time here with Rigetti. Let's go check out what D-Wave is saying. It is not, I mean, it's very similar. I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's printing as fast there as Rigetti, going through as much volume maybe right now, but this bid is in on quantum as well right there with D-Wave getting to the upside. So I like the movements that we are seeing right here today. So what we have on today right now is a big dog, honestly. We have Palantir just barking, trying to get upside, right? If this breaks that 81.50, I'm gone. So we'll reload this, maybe something at 82, but not that much, as we're still holding on to half. We don't have the greatest outs here, so I'm a little bit iffy about what's going on right now with PLTR. And then we have Rigetti and Apple. Apple's still $1, right? It's still trying to hold that level. We just got another out there at 80s. And then you're in Palantir as well. Let me just check out what's going on with IBIT just quickly, Obi. Did we get a VWAP test. Okay, so it's hitting the scanners right now, breaking back down through VWAP. So that's what the scanner was, a VWAP, here it is right here, a VWAP test of IBIT. This is brought to you, of course. We have the Trade Ideas scanner right there up on the board. I use Trade Ideas as well as eSignal for the scanners. So what I just showed you was actually eSignal, but make sure you get that Trade Ideas right now popping off for your 25% off. And there goes Rigetti right now, man. Okay, hey, I don't know, you know, they'll trade these small cap names on the midday show, but here goes Rigetti right now. We're long at 11.60, and there it goes Sharif. It is 12.90, 12.20, 12.30, and it's a oh boy moment right now as we are just lighting up the board one more time. Small caps, major caps, recently added caps to the NASDAQ, to the S&P 100, mid caps, large caps, small cap, cow caps, all these kind of caps. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas. And that, Sean, is no cap.
No cap.
Straight up. Boom.
Boom.
Let's go.
Tick, tick, tick.
So here's VWAP on Palantir. So we made it to VWAP. Let's see if we can kind of hold VWAP and sustain. We saw VWAP buyers kind of hold and sustain prior day. Let's see if we can reclaim this VWAP and hold, or have buyers become into sellers at those prices. I have no idea, but I'm looking for that continuation through that VWAP. Let's see if we can sustain a little bit of a pullback. That 82 held quite well as well on Palantir. A bit of an anchored hold as well. You throw up a couple anchors on some of that prior day action, but looking for the bigger picture continuation trade here on Palantir, but that selling off of the open was quite aggressive, so I do want to stay a little bit nimble here. VWAP I have currently at 82.61, and on the platform here I have in and around 82.45s-ish. So yeah, give or take a few pennies. That's the area I have. 82 halves. Again, this was an area prior days. You can see here prior day consolidation highs 82 halves. Confluencing with a little bit of VWAP currently. So let's see if we can reclaim. If the bid is real, that's what I'm looking for. GME back down to the downside here, 32 halves trading on GME. I know you guys are mentioning that in the chat as well. So going to keep eyes on that. I have to watch wow, look at that Starbucks. Oh my God, Starbucks continuation, day two. That prior day, was quite strong, kind of opening near the lows, closing near the highs on Starbucks. And okay, oh boy, all right. So VWAP, bit of a rejection off of VWAP, aggressive selling coming right back in on Palantir off of that 82 half. So let's see, we got to be a little bit patient for this one. If it catches. Oh boy.
Like Rigetti just blasted. No, because I was just sitting there at 45s and boom, just got nailed on Rigetti there. So right now we have $1 in the money. Well, we did have $1 in the money on Apple. We did have $1 in money on, we do now on Rigetti. If it just breaks this 50 level, then we are blasting right now. As there goes Rigetti trying to take out the top again, 1275, man. I'll check. I don't know if it's all-time highs or not, but this is the most recent high right there for Rigetti. And look, we talked about this earlier. We just tweeted it out. We're pretty good right now. And look at that reload as well, right there on Palantir, down at that bottom. We sort of cleaned a little bit out there early. There it goes, yeah. Just trying to get some, okay. Oh man, okay, Obi, this is quite the day. Happy birthday to my guy Neil, but you missing something here today for sure. GME just came back in right there, so hopefully we don't get run over on this one. GameStop coming back. What's up, Adara?
For small caps, AMPS, Amprius Technologies up about 15% here, hovering around that $2.20 level. No catalyst on this, but a $232 million market cap and a 5% short float. We also had POET. This one running again, we ran a little bit on Monday as well. POET here up about 26% with a 4.24% short float. Market cap of around $500 million. Rumble still moving here as well. MGIH, which we talked about earlier today, pushing higher up just under 300%, about 287%, with a 1.25 million share float. So lots of smaller names here. PDYN, I'm seeing moving around here as well. So if you're looking for small caps, it's been a great day for those moves. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Oh boy, yeah, some of those small caps really moving around on the day today.
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
But this Palantir holding this 82 decently for now, but that was some aggressive selling that did come into the name. So we've got to keep an eye on it. The market as well, kind of pulling back off of that 22,000 as well. So yeah, some of these beta names, I'm pretty sure Palantir has a decent beta as well. With the market pulling back off of that 22,000, let's see how well this 82 holds as of right now. But that VWAP kind of rejected strong selling that came in off of that VWAP, right? So maybe distinctly different from prior day's action, but the hold of this just underneath this 460 on Tesla is interesting as well. Tesla consolidating above 455, 456s underneath VWAP at that 460 mark as well. So a lot of stuff to kind of keep an eye on there. GME giving back its opening range lows as well. So what are you guys trading? Let us know in the chat as well. Are you guys dabbling into Palantir? Are you dabbling into some of the market as well? The market's giving us a little bit of a move here underneath some prior levels as well. 460, bit of a rejection there on Tesla. See if you can print a little bit lower here. 82's holding for now. Day low 81.70, and that consolidation high from that VWAP test just now, it was at 82.70. Like I said, 82.50s was VWAP, and we got to 82.70s. Aggressive selling kind of coming in. Pulling us back down, or pulling the ticker back down to 82s here currently on Palantir. So yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys are trading. I'm more than willing to look at some few other names as well as this market tries to find a base here. Let's see, that 22 could be interesting if we reclaim above it. I like it. Apple. Not really doing too much anymore.
Well, now it's right back. Now it's right back in. So there's another out for us on Apple. It's right back into the 50-period moving average. I mean, the market's now fallen down in. Like, this is one of those situations where you got to look back over and see, like, how many shares do you have, and like, what is that risk right now of breaking lower? I mean, I don't really want to hold this too much. Actually, even past this 258 level. Believe it or not, like that 257.50, it's down there on such low volume that I'm not sure that that's a hold spot or not. Like, you know, if the market gives it up, it could give it up. We talked about pretty weak volumes there into today. So, all right, we'll still hold a little bit back. We still have about 20%, maybe a little bit less than that on Apple. So GameStop was kind of interesting. It did blast back up into the 20s. So we took about a 10-cent, not even. We got it basically out of 10% or so, 20%, sorry. We got 2 10s here. Let me just zoom in a little bit there for you to see what just happened on GameStop. So there's the fall back in. The reason why I didn't really like it is we were now under the 200 period. When I was bidding this, it was the 200. We don't like it when it keeps on bouncing up here. So we take a very small hit here in and around 32 because we're long at 32.12. So we get out for like 15, 20 cent hits there on 20%, then get that rate back there as it prints 30s or so, or 25s, I guess, at the 50 period, at the 200 period moving average. Now we'll see if it holds it back to the upside. I have my stop set at 31.50. So if we break, actually, now that I look at this, I do not have my stop place there. So 31, I thought I did, 31.48 right there. Okay, Rettig right now is absolutely a monster. So forget about, like, this is why you never know. And I know that Sharif and Joe and all these guys and you guys and Obi and all of us, Neil, all of us, you never know where sort of your bread is going to be buttered. And there's Rettig right there. Like, the fact that I'm up similar numbers on Rettig that I am on Apple and Palantir is quite nuts. I was not expecting that. But there it goes right there, Rettig, huge move to the upside and continuing. So RGTI on what has been a great quantum trade over the last little while. QBTS, the other one. Yeah, so boom. Let's go. Hot dog cannon there for anybody that followed the hot sector today. That is quantum for sure, as that's going up. Is the big guy going with it as well? Google, no. So as you can see, man, we talked about it. It's actually written on the sticky note today, and we talked about it throughout the morning show as well. That retail trade is hot, right? I mean, you saw GameStop going there early. Now you're seeing some of these quantum names starting to go as well. But what's pulling back are these names, Obi. The Palantirs of the world and whatnot have pulled back into some levels. I should be buying this level. Why am I not? All right, Palantir.
Yeah, I missed kind of the same level from yesterday there. But yeah, no, I'm kind of trying a couple of longs there, getting stopped out. So I did kind of stop out through that day low. But Palantir seems like it's going to continue to make some fresh lows here. 81.60s trading as of right now on Palantir. So yeah, that's the one I have on watch. Look at the market flush there.
Yes,
absolutely crazy. So yeah, a little bit of that market tailwind.
There goes
us more to the downside here. So okay, I'm gonna switch over to a couple other names here and wait for Palantir to see if it can catch a bid. somewhere around those 81 halves, but it seems like the short was definitely a better idea there as that selling comes in through that VWAP and we get that continuation to the downside. So again, had to respect that VWAP, aggressive selling in and around that VWAP here. So Nvidia to the downside as well. Bitcoin on top of 95. So I guess Spider also rejected 600 as of right now. So yeah, you can see that 6,085-ish level here. Wow, we're kind of pushing aggressively to the downside right now, Sean. So Tesla as well, 452s on Tesla. I gotta watch this one.
450s.
Yeah, 452s incoming on Tesla. So pulling back into some prior levels here as well. So got to keep an eye on that one alongside a lot of these other names as well. Yeah, bears versus bulls. Saying SPY taking a hit, definitely taking a little bit of a hit here to the downside on the Spider. So see if you can get with the trend here. Trend seems to be to the downside. Wow, AMD with a wipe back down. I'm just looking at some of my baskets here to look for the next trade, and it seems like we gave up some of those highs here. So yeah, gonna like Sharif likes to say, gonna pack my patience and wait to see for the next trade here. But haven't taken my eyes off of Palantir. Sellers at VWAP currently trading a little bit lower. Now the day low is 81.30s here on Palantir.
We've now broken below everything. I'm almost thinking that we need to look just completely short. So we had bought some more Apple down here at 258, sorry, flat. All right, so Tesla might be the trade just because of that level that you mentioned. The fact that it's at 450. I mean, I really like 450 levels just because of the even dollar aspect of it. The last time we were sort of here, we had danced around a little bit. We had broken below. I mean, that very bottom, I know you just talked about this, but 446 and change, 448. So watch out there for Tesla. It's not quite there. I thought it was a little, wanted to look at a little bit closer to that area. Let's just go back over to something that we actually have on. So Palantir there holds. We're going to try it one more time. So we'll punch in a little bit here. That bottom, we'll just try to see if there is that hold. 81.30 right now for the bottom. So 81.24 or so for Palantir. If we blast down through that, then we will get out. We'll try to buy maybe another dip in Palantir. I know, look, we got stopped out. We have to have OBNI trade firm capital, right? So we have to have the risk in place that if there is a problem for us to get stopped out, that we can't turn our accounts back on if we hit our sort of our daily loss limits and or planned trade executed. If we don't get out at the levels that we want, it can turn out sometimes to be disastrous. So good call there to get out. I feel like it looks like we both had very, very similar ideas on that low of day break. So I'll try it one more time just because, you know, and my theory is here, and you're going to see on a beautiful, actually, I'll take credit for this one because Apple, we just boomed that. Wow, Obi. This Apple is something else right now on that reload right there. Good. Let's go. Yes, sir. Okay, we're going to get more out right there because it just brought into the 200 period moving average. So that is, for me, the dip buy opportunity of the day right there. I mean, if you're looking at Palantir, why is Palantir different? Where the heck, where the what is the 200 period moving average? Right there, right? It's all the way to the upside. You're not there. This is down. This is down 0.87, right? When you're looking at Apple, Apple caught just a bid down here at support that we've seen before. So, all right, put out some more there at 55. It looks like we are having a little bit of a problem breaking through that level. So now we'll watch out to see if there it goes. All right, Apple. Plan of action, 50 period. That's where we're at right now. Next plan, 259 at VWAP. So let's go, Apple. Nice battle back here, upside on AAPL. We're at the high spot we've been at all day right now, and part of that is courtesy of Palantir, as it's starting to go now one more time. Just quickly on Rettig, because we got some out there at 1320, then again here at 80s. We're still trying to go one more time right now. I cannot believe it, dude. We have a lot of shares on board right now. We also got Zcar just came into the building one more time. So watch out for Zcar now. 240 is my stopper zone right now. Wow. Oh boy, but we have 5 positions all long and all banging right now. GameStop, the one in trouble.
Yeah, so a little bit of a push back up here, back on both the ES and the NASDAQ. So let's see if the bid can finally come in. What's going on, Adara?
Even more small caps to talk about here quickly. We have SES. This is SES AI Corporation. This is basically at high of days here. This is just above a $1 stock, though. It was a penny stock at the start of its move today. We do have a market cap of just under $400 million, short float of 3.6%, no catalyst, but it does have AI in its name, so that could certainly be part of its move. Then there's also SKK, which is currently halted. This is a holding based in Singapore. Company's called SKK Holdings. This one tends to move with no catalyst. We've had this happen, I believe, a couple weeks ago as well. And it's also worth noting with SKK, they're a pretty recent IPO. They made their debut on the market on October 8th. SKK, SES, guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing.
Thank you, Adara. Great job over there on the desk, of course, for Adara. All right, so Zcar, Rigetti, GameStop, and Apple. So they're all, Apple maybe trying to turn around a little bit. All right, let's put an offer there at 66s and get out of that one. And we'll see if we can have a little bit more diamond hand action right now. There, did I not get that? No, I did not. I get that. Oh, yes, I did. On Apple. So we'll see if we can hold that just a little bit more. But so far, so good. I know you're still on. You're still in Palantir, so that was a good one. And then I just want to talk quickly about Tesla. I may go run and get a coffee over there in a couple seconds. 456 in change right there for Tesla. What a great bounce that was off 450, guys. We talked about that as a key level there. 450 came right in at a nice bounce off the lows. But don't get it twisted too much, Dad. It's just a Tesla story. Everything right now. Look at the market. El Fuego as it goes higher and higher right now. Let's go, Apple. I mean, oh my. Never not winning, it seems like, Apple longs. And again, on the sticky note today, GameStop, Apple, Palantir, and IBIT. The only name that we're not in yet is the Bitcoin name of IBIT, as we'll watch out for this market. And oh boy, Obi.
Oh boy.
My number one stock will be Apple, but Palantir now making them sing to the upside as it's going a little bit back up. You want a coffee or anything? I'm going to go grab one here as we're getting ready to throw over.
I'm still sipping on mine, thank you.
Okay, so you take it over, then we'll throw to Adair and I will be back. But I don't want to mismanage these positions. Stop orders already in, as well as take profit to the upside. You know what? I'm actually going to sit here for a couple more minutes because this is really starting to go, and I don't want to leave my desk. I mean, I have 5 positions.
Yeah.
Is that responsible to leave your desk? Probably not. Oh, but wait a minute. Mom Spaghetti going right back up to the upside. It is Rigetti right now going upside. Oh boy, man, we had that great lasagna for Christmas dinner. That was really nice. Thank you to my lovely wife for that one.
Real G's move in silence.
Pardon me?
Real G's move in silence.
Real G's move in silence. I mean, I'm not too silent right here, right now, but I don't know if that's 50 Cent. Is that a Many Men there?
No, that's Lil Wayne.
Oh, Lil Wayne,
yeah. 6 foot, 7 foot.
Especially because we're not making a milli or anything like that, but some people that own some of these quantum stocks, especially from a long time ago, may be making something like that as well. And you know Lil Wayne's favorite NFL team?
No, I don't.
It is your Green Bay Packers right there. The story is that he grew up literally on the streets, and his father, they were gifted Green Bay Packers merchandise to be there. It just, they didn't have much clothes, so he was kept on rocking, even in deep New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Where they're from. So, and that was really strange that he's not a Saints fan. It's because he was their family was gifted some Packer clothing, and it just became that, and that's what he wore apparently. As a youngin' there, some Lil Wayne action. GameStop still trying to go as well. So far, so good here today. The only one that's been a problem, Zcar just not really going right now. But let's see if we can get back up to $3.
Yeah.
We have the NASDAQ here basically trying to hold on to this previous resistance from the pre-market around that 528 halves, down about 0.25% today. Then we have the S&P 500. Slightly stronger, and actually I would say chart-wise looking a little bit better here, poised for a bit of a breakout with these higher lows, trying to get above that key $600 level where we're currently hanging out, down about 0.2%. So again, performing slightly better than the NASDAQ from both the percentage standpoint and a chart standpoint today. Now it has been a shortened week, so a little bit less volume across the board. Certainly something to be cautious of. There's also less catalyst from an economic data standpoint. We did have the initial jobless claims coming through at 8:30 a.m., a little bit lower than expected, 219,000 versus 223,000 expected, and the previous print of 220,000. The next big economic data print today is going to be coming at 1 p.m. with the 7-year note auction. In terms of stocks on watch, Nvidia here, with its first close above 140 in quite some time. That came on Tuesday, pushed above that level, but then gave it up. This is now the top retail traded name in terms of net inflows, nearly $30 billion in net inflows for Nvidia this year, going from 4th in this category to 1st this year. Then we have GME up about almost 3%, trying to hold on to 32s, but certainly giving up a lot of these earlier moves. What happened was we had a post from Roaring Kitty on Christmas Day, just posting a box that happened exactly 24 hours ago, push off the open, but giving up some of that move. Then we have Li Auto, still up about 5.5% right now. Li, Neo, and Xpeng all in this deal here with Xiaomi with regards to Xiaomi users can use the app to use some of these companies' chargers. So interesting look here for all these Chinese EVs, but Li Auto, the strongest of the bunch, guys. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Adara. I just realized I did not have that connected into my ear, so thank you for that throw there, Obi. All right, so Rigetti's still upside. We did have Zcar starting to finally move a little bit here off 270. We'll wait for that. Palantir, nicely done, but back up to 82. We're taking more out. We'll figure out what your game plan is on that one very, very soon. And then, oh boy, we got a little bit of a diamond hand action happening right now. I don't know, but at least GameStop trying to go. We are offering 3205s, I thought. 3206s we're actually offering. That's a strange level. Let's see if it gets back through there, and we will. There it is. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. Here we go. Again, I was going to say we may have our first losing trade. Well, we lost on the Palantir, but patience, you know, it's king on that one for sure as we got back in, and now Palantir will be right up there as a top stock. But what's trying to go right now as a top name is going to be GameStop. We get that 3150 bid. I mean, again, like, these are just ideas every day. And they're just ideas. Whether or not you want to trade them with me or not. But this is GME 3150 long. You know, so there's the take at 3150 right here. We got 3165s. So, I mean, that's the take right there. That's the long that we had. Obviously, the Palantir long was banging. We'll wait to see if it can get going through there again. But there's the 82 long, dip into 81.50, as we talked about in the pre-market. The Apple long was huge. My number one stock and continues to work out as well at 258.50. So far, so good right now as we continue to get higher and higher in the market. I mean, there it is. Nice little bounce back. And then again, we said the same thing over and over again. And it's just about learning. I want to thank everybody so much for watching us here on your holidays. I mean, you did not have to come here on your holiday to do this. I want to thank you all for doing that, especially in lovely Canada right now. We are at the highest spot we've been at all day right now because of this guy right now. There goes GameStop. It's a nice little move right here. We're up 40 cents. It's starting to go. Rigetti is up $1.30. That's trying to go. Zcar, we don't have much exposure there, but it's going the other way. And Apple, we just got a 258.50 take there as well. So, hey, man, we're doing pretty good here today so far. 5 stocks. We'll be it all there. Thank you so much. Long love, live, love, sale right there is thanking us for being here today as well. The sticky note rules, thank you so much as well for venomous there, as well as hopefully not too venomous, because I don't have the antidote. Other than to come in here every single day. Unless we got Travis Scott on the line. Do we have the antidote then? But okay, here we go. Back there to the upside, just watching GameStop, watching Apple. I'm feeling a little bit like we got to start cashing out of some of these plays because we're now at VWAP and the market could possibly be bouncing just a little bit. So there's my out on, oh, there he goes. There's my out on Apple at 40s. I'm going to take another out right here at 49s, 50s if we can, as there it goes back up to the upside. Hey, man, I guess getting out was wrong. Because the stocks continue to go higher. Let's just be patient. How about that, Obi? And we'll let it sort of the cards play as they lie, so to speak.
Yeah, I think so. The market still consolidating. We got that aggressive bid that came in the prior 15-minute candle there. So yeah, let's see if that continues. But at the same time, 22,000, bit of a sell-off there off of that 22,000 coming in as well. So a bit of a sandwich there, but consolidating within the opening range here on both the ES and the NASDAQ. Interestingly enough, Tesla finds a little bit of a support base at that 452 mark, and now we're trading a little bit back above 460s consolidation highs from the opening session right there. So let's see if we can break through that 460 here on Tesla as well. Palantir still holding a little bit of that downtrend as of right now. VWAP selling definitely dominant on the day. We saw that initial test of that VWAP come in real aggressive there all the way down to 81.30 day low currently, and now trading back up into 82s. So let's see if sellers are kind of stepping down, and VWAP currently is at 82.30s that I'm seeing. This secondary high that came in, this lower high was in and around, what was that? Specifically, let's see, it was 82.26, so just shy of that VWAP. So yeah, VWAP sellers definitely kind of pushing this ticker around on the day. Tesla, though, I like Tesla because that relative to its VWAP, we're testing. Okay, no, that's volume range. So where is VWAP here on Tesla? I have 460.37 on Tesla for the VWAP, and we're trading 459.30s currently. So holding decently well. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Have you guys been shorting some of these names here as we pulled back off of that 22,000, or are we getting a little bit long? Starbucks still continuing to the long side. Wow, that one is aggressive. Intel as well. Intel, we saw how aggressively Intel has been selling off over the past couple of weeks. Intel catching a bid once again today after I think prior day as well sold off in pretty much V-shaped recovery on the day on Intel that pulled us all the way back to opening range highs and maybe a little bit above opening range highs as well on Intel. Currently trading at 2059, a day high at 2065 on Intel. So nothing too crazy. SPY is holding its day low currently. Day low 451. What is this? 451.93s. Day low on the spider, trading at 458.5. So maybe a little bit of a bounce coming in, but I'm watching this 460 here on Tesla to see what we do in and around that area here. But again, with the market taking a little bit of a pullback, might be poised for some selling. We saw that aggressive bidding came in on a bunch of names. A lot of names were very strong prior trading day, right before Christmas. Some names literally opening at day lows and closing near day highs as well. So I get stopped out once again here on Palantir. So you know what? I'm going to be a little bit more patient. Let's see if we can form a little bit of a base here. If we reclaim that 82, I'm more than willing to try it once more here on this name. ARM taking a little bit of a pullback. Let's see what chips are up to. We saw what Intel was doing, but Nvidia to the downside. So distinctly different action on Nvidia currently as it trades a little bit lower here as well. So let's see what you guys are talking about here. Nvidia flushing. Yeah, we just talked about Nvidia potentially coming in as well on the day. So I don't know. I like this. I still continue to like this Palantir long as of right now, even though the chart is showing a little bit of weakness underneath VWAP. So just kind of watching the tape. Let me know. Also, I'm curious to know how many people out there actually watch tape for their trading. Is it like a combination of tape and chart? Charlie Taff saying, I like the 460 short on Tesla. Yeah, I mean, it's been showing a little bit of resistance at 460, so you want to risk against that for the pullback in. I think that makes a lot of sense here, but if we reclaim that 60, oh boy, that consolidation high could be a little bit interesting area here through that 460. And we got some breaking news with Adara, so let's see what's going on.
And Microsoft, the information reporting that Microsoft and OpenAI have been in talks here about changes in their partnership terms. This is reported by the information, and we know we've had some reports leading up to this that have suggested there's a little bit of trouble in paradise when it comes to the Microsoft-OpenAI relationship. OpenAI reportedly moving into the humanoid robot space, and also we've heard some talks, I guess, that the companies are not exactly aligned in terms of their views or what they're trying to do here, despite the fact that Microsoft has invested a hefty amount into OpenAI. So keep an eye on this catalyst. Specifically, I'm seeing more news here. Apparently, these changes have to do with some friction over a cloud computing deal, Microsoft's equity stake, 20% revenue share, and overall partnership terms. So the more I see, I will let you guys know. Back to you.
The more you know. Thanks, Adara, for that one. I heard the same story. I just punched short there on Microsoft. I mean, it's going to be our first trade of the day to the short side. So I don't know. I mean, on that news there, we did get out, nothing to do with that news, but I just noticed that Rigetti's barcoding right there, so we'll take another piece out right here. We have less than 10% left of our GTI. I just don't want to mess with it. We always talk about zooming out, again, on this stock, and I mean, there's not too much here. We can call up maybe another charting platform to go back weeks and months and years and all that kind of stuff, but right now, Rigetti is off, and we'll just continue to watch it. Very, very happy with it. Pretty top stock. Right there. GameStop coming back in as well. Pretty good coffee there. I threw some almond milk in there. That was pretty good. All right, I'm going to get another piece of GME here at 32.13. We just got another piece out right there. The best it ever went to was 32.25s or so. That's actually where we were sitting, which is pretty lucky. It's also the 200 period moving average. We talk about if you're going to trade for reasons, trade on lines, trade on something, and we're using the 200 period moving average right there. I may just I'm going to punch a little bit more out. I don't like this action. There we go. So we just wipe out a couple shares there at 06s and get some out. So we'll take some more out there on GameStop as it's not really, progressing to the upside as much as I thought it would. All right, so right back in here. Do we reload Apple or not? The market's underneath VWAP here. I don't really like that Microsoft news, but that could be negative for Apple. Not really. I mean, Apple is using ChatGPT, so OpenAI there with their platform as well now with Siri and moving forward with Apple Intelligence. So I could see maybe something happening. And what did we just happen? Oh, we just got more GameStop on the upside. Okay, good there. So I don't know, for Apple, this story's almost done for me. We reloaded it there. We were super happy with that move back up into the 50-period moving average. I was holding it for a break of 85, I believe. It just got as low as 95 right there. So let's just sort of maybe count our chickens a little bit here on Apple. It's not moving that great. The market is trying to make its way back up to VWAP. I'm going to execute something out here at 16 as I move my water away, and there it is. Take a little bit more out on Apple. Okay, now that it bounced up a little bit more, I'll take some more here at 26s. As you see, I just put an offer there, and the level just like 3 or 4 more people joined. Like, isn't that crazy how that works? I know you know about that better than anybody else as you read tape and watch level 2s a lot. So anyways, there it is. Another out there on Apple. Getting a little nervous. Not nervous, but we're underneath the market here. Remember we said earlier, like, you're probably going to make some trades here today where, you're going to look back and maybe I should have held a little bit longer. The volume's going to be a little bit lighter today, which it probably is. We can look up the average daily volume and what we're at right now, even on the NASDAQ. We might give us a good tell on that. But, Apple, we already picked it. Let's not give everything back by loading up here and just believing in this. So we'll just keep trading what we see. I always feel like that's the best solution. Where's my out on Microsoft? Basically 200 period. If we break 438.50, which is where the 50 period moving average will be, then we'll get out. Let's just hold this. The story is now out. It's out in the ether right now. It doesn't seem to be doing anything to Microsoft right now, as complications possibly with their deal and sort of the way forward, the path forward with OpenAI, as Adara just brought that story. If there's any updates on that, Adara will be right there with it. GameStop, okay. I mean, let's go. Money. We're happy with it, right? This is a little bit, thank you, Roaring One. This is a little bit of a birthday present. So although he does tweet that present, right there it is. There goes GameStop. Oh, by the way, Fabian asked me this the other day, and you already talked about it. So my son, now we can talk a little bit more about Christmas. We got him a Steam gift card, Steam.
Nice.
So there you go. So I was just going to say, there's another... I mean, I'm trading long GameStop. Maybe we should have gone in there and purchased some of these games there. But he's a computing guy. He plays Sea of Thieves. I don't know what else he got. He got something else yesterday. I'll find out. He said there was a Black Friday deal on Steam. So he got something there. He got some skin, I think, for Sea of Thieves. I hate when they spend the money on the skin, but it's their choice if they do want that. They play it long enough. I don't know what you thought on that. I mean, you want your character to look cooler. I don't know what it is.
I think it's cool. I think if you're spending a lot of time in a game, then yeah, why not? If it's something that you love, then why not spend a little bit of cash moolah on those things? But yeah, no, I think what was it? Last time I bought a skin in game was I think for League of Legends.
Okay.
Those of you know.
Yeah,
I bought the astronaut Teemo skin.
I don't know that much about it, but
for League of Legends, and I think I had a bunch of Jack skins as well. But that was a time where I was grinding the game out a little bit, a lot bit more than I play it now. So I barely play any of it right now. But
there goes Microsoft finally.
81.5 still holding on this Palantir, Sean. So
I just got another piece out at 95. I don't know.
It keeps going up to VWAP and then kind of selling off. So I have stopped out a few times in it. So I'm kind of just like, all right, well, maybe be a little bit more patient to see if you see any sort of kind of break of trend here. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, we've been making lower highs, kind of a low at 81.30s currently, and chopping around this 82 mark. So again, we talk about that consolidation from prior day. We're still kind of holding within that consolidation range here. So that range was in and around 82 halves all the way down to 81 halves. So about a point worth of a range there. And we pretty much kind of hit both those ends there. You can see 82.70s come in and test, but then 81.30s come in and test on the flush. So a little bit of a shake and bake there currently. And yeah, look at that, 82s, sellers coming right back in, 81.80s testing right now. So I do want to be a little bit more patient for that one here. So yeah, a lot of people in the chat talking about the Timos. Yeah, Timo can be pretty annoying. Yeah, annoying in the jungle with all the mushrooms. But yeah, a fed Timo is an OP Timo. Let's say that.
I like OP things, that is for sure. I learned that one from my kid as well. He's like, Dad, that car is OP, or that weapon is OP. What the hell is that? You know, so it's not like the OPP that I know, you know? Naughty by nature. You down with OPP?
The OPP? Like the...
Not the Ontario Provincial Police.
Okay, I was gonna say.
You don't know Naughty by Nature, my guy? All right. Oh, by the way, we did miss... okay, so down goes Microsoft. Nah, not much. We're in the money now, 60 cents on Softy. So I am bidding here some more lows. We did get out of some Apple. We did get out of all of that. Yeah, just 1 second here, just quickly. We did miss some fan funding earlier. I realized that, and I am so sorry for this. Michelle Hebert, thank you so much here. Hi, Sean, it's me again. This was earlier in the day, and I completely missed this. Oh, I can't even respond to it anymore. Okay, well, I liked it. Michelle, thank you so much. Hi, Sean, it's me again, the GME guy. I finally joined you, my guy, right here. And I gave you that advice over on Friday. Remember, on Friday. On Tuesday, again, have yourself a Merry Christmas and make sure you capture some profits. But here we go. I haven't sold any of my Jan 17th $35 calls. So shout out to well, it's Mike Biebert or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's Michelle Hebert from Old Times. I think that we see 80 to 120 in the next few weeks. What? And get those on board right now. What's up, Mike and AKA Michelle? Thank you, Adrian, as well. Thank you to Marty for becoming a member and Gary Peck as well earlier. Adrian becoming a member. And then here's a super chat that just came in right now. MVIS. Okay, well, we know that's Microvision, right? Nice little move there. Yeah, so Microvision can squeeze. Can you take a look? All right, so we are running a little bit behind on our throws. So I think we're... Okay, no, so we are not yet. So, okay, so let's have a quick look there. Thank you so much for WCM Good Tunes right now. WCM Good Tunes, yes, sir. All right, just real quickly here. I'm just going to do chicken dinner winner, because this is my number one stock, although we're celebrating a loss right now for Apple. Not celebrating a loss, sorry, just announcing the fact that it did break that low. But my net is staying the exact same here, because here we go back in right now. Microsoft, we are bidding 437 flat. Hopefully we'll get that. Z-Card just doing nothing still as well. Rigetti, oh my, I mean, Obi, when you're talking about something right here, look what Rigetti's doing, up to 1365. Like, are you even kidding me right now? We will take a piece out there on Rigetti. Obi.
Yes, sir.
Over to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so trade the pool. This Christmas, Trade the Pool has the ultimate gift for traders. Here's the deal. Buy an 80K, 160K, or 260K buying power evaluation, and we'll give you a free 20K buying power evaluation. Yes, free, but that's not all. Both plans have 7 extra days to hit your targets. That's more time, more buying power, and more opportunities to trade. This exclusive offer ends on January 1st. It's the perfect way to kickstart your trading journey into the new year. Scan the QR code in the description below.
All right, thank you for that. Yeah, take advantage of that. I mean, Obi and I both trade here on prop floors. And I mean, this Rigetti is like, you always feel silly when you're out of some of these stocks. Yeah, we are pretty much now out of Rigetti, and this is probably part of the problem. Sometimes it's better to close like your blotter, maybe open it back up an hour later, but it saved us so many times getting out of these names before they sort of make that move back in. But right now it's Rigetti. It's going absolutely nuts right here today. Okay, Adair, thank you so much for your patience.
IWM here trying to break above that 224 level, currently up about 0.2% today, making a nice base. We can see here a little bit of a rounded bottom. We have that hard support at that 220 level. That'd be going back to Monday. Then we bounce. So let's see if we can hold that whole $10 support for the Russell 2000. Then we have KULR Cooler. This name has been really strong here. We're at high of days, up about 40%. With a Bitcoin-related catalyst, announced that it's invested $21 million buying just over 217 Bitcoin as part of its Bitcoin treasury strategy. They also have a plan here to invest about 90% of their ongoing cash here into this Bitcoin strategy. Then we have RYDE. This name also trades on the AM or the MX here, about 46%, so definitely removed from day's highs. They are a penny stock, But here with a catalyst announcing that they have a 3-year renewal of their ride-hail and carpool licenses in Singapore. Last but not least, that's EHang. This one at day's highs up about 15%. This is an eVTOL-related name they've run in the past, announcing here they've collaborated with a district government in Beijing to establish a national headquarters for their low-altitude emergency rescue solution. So keep an eye on with the governmental catalyst here, guys.
Thank you very much. There goes Palantir knocking on the door of VWAP once again there, Sean. So 460 as well. Here comes the market back up into that 22,000. Let's see how far we can get on this one. Maybe the bid finally coming in here. But like we said, kind of consolidative, pretty strong action both ways, but flat action nonetheless here on both the ES and the NASDAQ. Again, the distinct action here I'm seeing on both futures is that aggressive bid that we got in coming in at that 9:45 15-minute candle, and that bid we're holding above that. Let's see if we can get that continuation above opening range highs here on the NASDAQ. It's just I guess what is this, about roughly 10 points above that 22,000 here on the NASDAQ. And I'm looking for that VWAP hold here on Palantir as well. 82.26 is where that is. But yeah, let's see if that can potentially come in here for a continuation through those 82 halves. We talked about how those 82 halves might be interesting. This opening range kind of initial test at that VWAP was 82. Let's see, we're 82.70. So we're coming right back into 82 halves. So if we can print like 20 pennies above, definitely some shorts getting a little bit blasted above that 82.70 mark. Let's see if we can get that for that continuation confirmation of said bid potentially coming in. Market tailwind is definitely on our side here a little bit. So going to continue watching that one. Only about 20 pennies away, but if Palantir makes lower highs, that's perfectly fine as well. 200 period moving average as well I'm seeing. So that could always be a little bit of a concern for a potential pivot. But then again, if the market's hella strong, then I don't know if that indicator really means too much as of right now. But let's see if we knock on the door here on that 22,000. ES there as well. Let's see if ES kind of breaks through those highs as well. It's something that I write on my, I don't really have a sticky note, but I have a bit of a piece of paper that I write down every day. And the first thing that I kind of don't forget to write down is the SPY is my compass at the end of the day. These futures are definitely a little bit telling. They kind of, one could argue, you know, which moves what around, the constituents or the futures. And I think it's I don't know, it's situational at best. But the ES pushing up a little bit higher, and the strong beta name like Palantir potentially catching a little bit of a bid. I'm looking for that 83 to potentially come in if those 70s break, but if not, perfectly fine. Let's see if VWAP holds, though. That's what I'm also looking for, that VWAP hold in and around 82.20s. We're still holding on these 82.50s. That bid came in aggressively through, and there, that 460 break, we talked about that 460, Sean. 460 goes straight to 462, so huge. Absolutely aggressive here on Tesla. See if that can break through its opening range high as well, just shy of 466s. And that, again, if the market breaks through its opening range highs, I think that's more than within range for Tesla here.
So let's just slow down just a little bit here. Great call on Palantir. We are cashing that, you know what, out of PLTR right now, boy. Nice move to the upside. Well, I mean, we'll just see, because all the levels that Obi just talked about, we're running into the 200 period, so we'll take some more out there. We thought VWAP was good. We're doing pretty good to VWAP, so we are getting out. Zcar. Finally, catching a little bit of monies right now, as we'll get some more out there at 93 as Zcar battling with $3, up just 102% right now. Hey guys, everyone, make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe here one more time today. We've gone over this a couple times with you. Wow, okay, we'll take that, man. 1.2K. Hey, over 8,000, you know, round up, you know, 7,900. Over 8,000. Close to 8,000 watching right now, 1.2K likes.
Wow.
So let's go, man. Over 10%. We like it. We like it a lot. But keep on hitting it, man. And let's go higher and higher and higher. Because if you hit the like button, then oh boy, you'll get some of this as well. As there goes GameStop. Let's take an opportunity to get some more out here on GME as it goes up to 32.40. Right into the level that we like. We like it a lot. Nice move there for GameStop as that keeps on going higher. Oh boy, we're into another name right here. Let's go. Let's hit the sirens a lot. I don't know if you're getting on your bike at some point today, but Peloton sure is. Peloton right now up 7%, taking down $10. So we're going to go Apple, victory. GameStop, Victory, big time victory on GameStop. Microsoft, and we had 50 cents. We almost had $1 in the money. We should have taken that, but Microsoft right now just chilling out. We're probably close to getting out of this one. I was still going to give it to 438.50. We'll see if that works. Palantir is P&L number 1 for me today, as that keeps on going out. Despite getting stopped out right there, we bought her back, and it's been all good there. Peloton, new trade entering the building now. I'm only going to use this back here to VWAP. It's pretty nicely joined now with the 50-period moving average. So dip buys, but basically a stop out in and around 970 is the take right there for us on Peloton. There goes Zedcar again, now trying to, it did break through 3. Okay, well, what is that, 314? I don't have any offers out. So let's go out, put some offers here now on Zcar to the upside. It's 'cause we just got out. So we're out of half already of Zcar, but let's go up and get something out again if it goes up into just over $3, just where we touched out again. I'm at 05 right now. 06 on Zcar. We're at that top. We'll see if it gets back up to there. But Peloton, I guess that's the latest trade entry right into there. So, yeah, the market, I mean, someone there in the side chat saying, will the market go green today? I mean, Obi was just sort of talking about the market here. But, I think if Apple can get back on its horse a little bit, Apple did lose that 258. We talked about that right there. Once it lost it, we got out right there for 20 cents hit. About 85 out. Now you're rebounding. So now that the market can go, that would be nice. We haven't, one thing that we haven't looked at all. So I'm going to be at the highest spot today, and we're going to go. We used to have a thing that was perfect, was Street Fighter. I don't know where that thing went. But so far, so good today, as the only one that's in question will be this Peloton trade for us. And we have till 980 to figure that out. So we'll buy a little bit more on the dip. We got a little excited there. Got on that bike limit, maybe a little bit too quick there. Didn't stretch properly. But right there, breaking through $10. Not a lot of risk on board as it's 1030. And yeah. Good one there, Pathik. We did talk about that as well earlier and then forgot to go back to it. Rumble right now, as we'll say, Canada, right there, up 22% on the investment from Tether, right? I mean, huge move up, 7, up to 11, up to 12, up to 13, up to 15. So what does this sort of tell you? Is there something coming here, possibly with Rumble and President Trump? We've talked about sort of the conservative side there for Rumble, but I don't know. Nice move upside there. Looks like it just wants to keep going as the shorts getting squeezed out of their positions, it seems like. But that's what I'm doing right now. Palantir, again, great trade, great reload there, Obi, as I know you have that on, man. It's good,
a few tries,
good to trade with you for sure. And then Rigetti, we just have on like less than 5% left. So Rigetti's been an absolute monster. Wow, what a good day here today so far. I'm glad everyone's joining us. I hope you're glad as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Now over 1.4K. All right, one thing that we haven't looked at too much today because we've just been hot on everything else. I have seven positions. It's been crypto. So let's go get an update from Madeira.
We're going to take a look at Time to take a look at BTC here. Bitcoin trying to hold on right now to that 96. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to take a look here at BTC, holding on as of right now to that 96,000 level. As we mentioned this morning, rejecting that 100,000 level earlier this morning, and we have not actually been above 100,000 since last Thursday, December 19th. So that would be the day after the FOMC. Let's see if we can break that FOMC curse and break back above that 100,000 potentially during today's session. It's also interesting here, Citibank issuing a bit of an analyst note saying they have 6 factors they believe will make or break crypto in 2025. And a lot of these actually indirectly related to President-elect Donald Trump and any policies he may introduce. Here are the 6 factors Citi mentioned: the supportive macro backdrop, continued inflows to spot ETFs, which we know just started this year, crypto taking a spot in multi-asset portfolios, the issuance of more stable coins, more widespread adoption of crypto, and less regulation. So the last 2 of those are especially interesting. We know incoming President Donald Trump has called himself the crypto president, so that could be a really interesting look here. And he's really embraced crypto. There also likely to be less regulation, as we have Gary Gensler stepping down from the SEC on January 20th. His replacement, Paul Atkins, is slated to be a lot more pro-crypto. We'll have to see if that's actually the case, but interesting look either way. Now we're going to take a look here at some of these other crypto names. Ethereum, much like Bitcoin, down in the day right now, down about 3%, holding on to that 33.5 area. Ripple down, XRP down about 4.5%. Solana down about 4%. Dogecoin down about 4%. Cardano down about, you guessed it, 4%. So a lot of these names pretty weak today in that 3 to 4% range, guys. Back to you.
All right. Thank you. much, yes. Crypto moving around there. Yeah, the market came right back to 22,000, man.
Yeah, I love that number.
We're knocking on the door of that 22,000 as of right now. So let's see if this level holds. Again, I'm looking for 8270s. If that 22,000 breaks out, I think we're poised for a little bit higher here on Palantir as well. But let's see. It is holding above that VWAP currently, but still underneath that 8270 prior high from here. So let's see if we continue to make lower highs. I'm just going to continue watching this one here. But yeah, no, oh boy, Starbucks still pressing higher here on Starbucks. That was another idea. Intel as well. Kind of the Intel, I liked the short over the past couple of weeks, but it seems like the bid is finally kind of starting to come in here on Intel as well. So a little distinctly different action. I did have it on my screen for multiple days back to back, just watching it, taking some trades every now and then as well. Yeah, Intel with a bid. Seems interesting. Maybe we've bottomed. I have no idea, but let's see what we have in store for Intel going into the end of the year. We know that it's been aggressively sold off, right?
Right. Yep.
So aggressive selling on Intel, distinctly different from some of the other chips here. But let's see how much longer can something like Intel sell off. You can't forget that a lot of PCs still use Intel chips as of right now. But again, a little bit of concern from I guess the street with some of these other chip makers starting to dominate some of this AI and quantum computing infrastructure as well. So if Intel gives us that comeback, but that was a bit of a trade as well. Yes, Mirek, that's funny. Saying that I'm getting a little excited with the monotone. No, I have a little bit of a stuffy nose today. Woke up with some sinus stuff. So. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but hanging in there as of right now as this action hangs on underneath that 22,000 on the NASDAQ. So maybe not poised to break just yet, but continue to watch on that. Yeah, Water Lover saying Intel volume so low. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. We've been getting a nice little bid on low volume on Intel. So interestingly enough, there goes 462s on Tesla. So let's see. We are making a bit of a trend back to the upside, holding above that 460 mark on Tesla. Again, that push and break of that 22,000 might be interesting if and when it does come in. So that's what I have on watch currently. Let's see how some of these Mag 7s are doing. Oh, Spider. Yeah, Spider, of course, is looking very much like the ES, obviously. But Spider kind of reclaiming some of that action. We talk about that second 15-minute candle. I'm looking at the 9:45 15-minute candle. Some aggressive bidding coming in on that, and we're still holding higher with reference to that candle currently. So let's see. Gonna be patient. Gonna come in. Okay, well, that's some aggressive selling on Palantir currently, but let's see. The question is, do we hold that VWAP or do we break a little bit lower? 82 seems interesting.
More outs there on GameStop. Thanks, Obi, for all that coverage there. I was going to sort of do something similar on Palantir. You guys know that my trade is going to be a little bit more scalpy, so we're out many more shares there, 82, 50, and so out, getting lighter and lighter on PLTR. As my sort of thinking here today is like, let's try to hold on to as many of these as we can, but at the end of the day, it's still 1040 right now on what we expect to be a little bit of a lighter volume day, but it's really been pretty profitable so far as we've just picked names with catalysts, right? So Apple was on our sticky note today. We really like that name down here as it's been like basically absolute rocket ship to the upside. So we knew if the market got going, Apple would have been a name that we had wanted. So we got on that wagon real quick, man, and have not really gotten off of it until it broke through 258 and then wound up holding. So that was a good trade there. We did get GME news. Again, this is the #1 trade idea. We had a little unboxing of some sort there on the weekend, on yesterday. Keep thinking the weekend, on Wednesday, on Christmas, when he tweeted out, Roaring Kitty tweeted out a gift box there, and everyone sort of thought that maybe something might be happening today on GME. It wasn't really, but nice little move to the upside there. It got going on some early volume, some nice volume candles there. We were able to dip by at 32, and then we got our 31.50 as we had wrote down, and then since then, it's It's been real nice movement on GameStop as we have about 15% left on that one. Then we went over to Microsoft. This is all just going to be alphabetical. That's how it's sorted in my account. We got news there about Microsoft and OpenAI having a little bit of a rift there. We'll get that maybe exact story some more. I feel like there's more there that I either didn't pay attention to or missed. But nice move down there for Microsoft. We took advantage of it. And then all of a sudden it popped back up. So we need another move like this to happen in the market for Microsoft to do something, I feel like. So we'll just play it technically now off the 200 period with some negative catalyst. As you can see, Microsoft right now down against the market. The only short that we've had on all day. And oh boy, for this trade, this is my P&L number one today. While we're holding it as a P&L number one, our closed best trade is Apple. Palantir, we're still holding on. And we still have about, from here, 40, 30, about 20, low 20s% left on this trade. Peloton, our newest trade. I'm just trying to break these all down and then we'll work on some more trades. Peloton gets up to the upside, breaks through $10. We took that long bid there. And again, we already know, we zoomed out, we already understand that this high of 1050 possibly is as high as it gets. That's fine for me. Our stop is the 50 period, but which has now come all the way up to 985, by the way. So I'll keep it down here still, but easy to get out of this trade if you wanted to for not a very big hit there on Peloton. Rigetti.
Awesome.
We'll make more money on Palantir, but no better of a trade than Rigetti for me, right? Breaking that 1150 all the way to the upside. I mean, when you have $2 on an $11 stock, we'll take that. I mean, Trade the Pool is only asking for 4% profit. We had about 30% on this one right there. So do I get an account at Trade the Pool? Or all right, there's Z-Car right now, 280. Holding as well. So that was a nice move, and that just bounced off the 200 period. So that basically wraps it all up. So now let's go over and have a look at maybe another idea of what we've been talking about. We talked about Reddit. Reddit breaking through 180. I really like it, but that ultimate top there for Reddit on the daily is just like 180, basically 181. So I feel like I want to wait for that. The highest it gets to, and we talked about this earlier, the highest it got to today was 179.50. I really like Reddit, and the reason why I got into that, now it's on my mind, is I told you, I talked to my eldest, and he was like, man, I use Reddit pretty much for everything. And, you know, to get it, excuse me there, chug that water, to get the news, to get how-to videos, whatever. Like, you want to know something about different crypto, different whatever. He was like, I'm going to Reddit, man. And so ever since then, and obviously they had a great quarter as well, it's an old story now because Reddit came out and IPO'd down at $45, Obi, and it's now 4x where it IPO'd almost. I mean, 180. So you're almost up to that level right now, up 300 and something % from its IPO is Reddit and continuously working. So, man, I like that stock. All right. Peloton, my trade to go right now on Peloton. We'll buy some more here at 85 if it comes in, and then we're out of it if it breaks 75. That's my trade there on Peloton, but I really like Reddit. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought. Adam there in the chat is like, oh, you're getting your news from Reddit. Yikes. But, I mean, what are you getting your news from where? X? Like, where else are you getting it from? You getting it from CNN? I mean, I'd almost say yikes for that as well. Fox News, is that another yikes? Like, I don't know where to get things from. The only good thing about Reddit is you're going to have some subreddits, I guess, that have moderators and things like that. And it's all about, like, filtering out news, I feel like these days, right? Like, figure out who's posting it, what it means, and where you're getting it from. That's probably the most successful way to look at news, because X is also really good for news. By the way,
oh my God,
Microsoft coming back in here as well. We just reloaded this thing at the, okay, now you're breaking below. Where's my bids, man, on Microsoft? How am I not getting hit here? Oh, I'm at 75. I'm literally on that bid right now. So there it is. Let's see if we can have some diamond hands. If we get back from Madeira and this is any lower, then oh boy, we'll be celebrating even more.
This is a very muted sector board. Before we get to this, I do want to quickly address the Microsoft story that Sean mentioned, just to clarify what happened there. We don't have a ton of details. We do have the information reporting that OpenAI and Microsoft have been negotiating since October to, quote, change their relationship. Unsure what changes these would be, but apparently some of the issues have to do with their cloud computing deal, a revenue share here. So some of those issues could be discussed. Also, I guess Microsoft's equity of OpenAI is also up, apparently, for discussion. So we don't know what these changes will be, but it's likely they could have to do with some of the things being discussed in these negotiations. With that in mind, let's take a look at a very dead and quiet sector board. Utilities a little bit red here. Then you've got producer manufacturing a bit red. We have some strength in health services and also some strength in retail trade. Not too surprising because it is Boxing Day, a bit of a shopping holiday here in Canada. So keep an eye on some of these retail names, though. The big ones here, Amazon, Costco, Walmart, all pretty quiet today. Then we have, of course, our technology sectors. Broadcom, which is continuing to be the winner over the last few weeks, pushing higher here, up about 1.5%. Nvidia down about 1%. Then in technology services, Meta to the downside, Netflix to the downside, Salesforce to the downside. The rest of the sector, pretty quiet. Not a lot to talk about here on the sector board. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. But I'm watching this 22 again. We broke above, we broke back below. Bit of a chop fest. And I see that you're adjusting the cash cow as you cash out of that GME.
Yeah, I was adjusting the hat there.
A bit of a churn there.
Yeah, a little bit of a.
Nice.
Like if I wear it too low, I get in trouble. All right. Yeah. Okay, back. I don't know if there's any. You're back into Palantir. Okay, so, and you know what? That's the one thing I appreciate about this guy. It's not about being stubborn or anything. It's about looking at the names and trying to get back in and trying to get that next trade, right? So, yeah. Fine. Just a different style here today for us, which is kind of weird because I've traded 7 names. And you're only on the 1 name. Normally it's like Neil will trade a little bit more names, but again, it's opportunity based. And if you see something, I feel like you should probably go for it. All right, so Zcar, just a quick update. Its low rate here just this recent move has been this 70. There is a level rate here. It's just 8,000 shares or so. Not that many shares considering how much we've done, 41 million shares, but so many of that done off the open and even some in the pre-market here with this. Quote, a couple 100,000 shares right there, which it doesn't really matter. But 41 million volume. I'm not looking at this and saying, oh my God, there's a wall here by any stretch of the imagination. But this is the one name where we're still up on it, and I want to stay green on the name. So we haven't got too many moves, right? We got a little drip in there to 280 on Zcar. It has held that 260. And if we zoom out, I may be making a mistake here because that was the level that we liked, 250. I could get out if it breaks 250, but I'm going to get out if it breaks 270. But just giving everybody a heads up right now, it's not working out the way I thought it would. Zcar, it's gone real quiet right now. It was on our watch list. We took it, and oh boy, it was great until it wasn't, and now she's sleeping on that one. There it goes. All right, I'll just flush it down. We're done the trade. We got rid of it, flushed the toilet. Zcar is what it is. Did not move. Don't give good money back on a bad trade. Like if you don't want it, then stay away. Oh boy. Oh boy, Microsoft right now creating some oh boy moments for us, Obi. There goes Microsoft. We just get a nice bid down there, boy. We just got we got a 52. I thought I got the lower one. We did not. We're at 437.05 right there. So we bounced off 20s before. Maybe we got to put something in the 20s again, or just for the first time there. See if we get a fill in the 20s on Softy. It's a dollar. Off that 200 period. So a nice move downside. And oh boy, we are getting elevated now with our net because I see Palantir's coming right back up.
Yeah, look at that 400 lots on the ask. You see
but
that?
See, gone.
Book?
Yeah,
they
quickly.
got taken out. Yeah, I mean.
I was going to say 21 million shares on the day, 400. That was no, that was only 40,000. Wasn't it 400, right?
400 lots on
yeah, so times 100 there. So not a huge offer there, but it did get taken out in one fell swoop.
We didn't see that before.
Yep, 100%. Relatively big. And we have an opportunity. If you come over to our level 2, I'm going to throw it back to Obi, just to show you guys what we're talking about. We have level depth of feed. So right now, we can sort of scroll down and see only about 10 to 20 levels, depending on what book you have highlighted there and what your entitlements are. But like if we zoom down here, that's why I wanted to show you. I don't see anything at 50s right now. So there's nothing like significant. So that 400 lot, as Obi had just mentioned there, someone did sit there and sell 40,000 shares, which is not a light amount by any stretch of the imagination. But I kind of look at it the other way, like, wow, someone just bought that up as fast as possible. But again, if you didn't want your intentions known, why would you be sitting there selling them? Because you could choose dark pool. The answer to that is maybe fees, because on 40,000, if you're going to get paid $2 per 1,000 shares, that's not a horrible fill there at all to take that. So, okay, here we go. Palantir on my mind, Microsoft on my mind, GameStop upside. We don't have much going on, man. Peloton's been sleeping since we took it. So put it in the chat. This is our last chance. Topic today.
Yeah, what's the lesson?
Ooh, straddles and strangles.
Oh, boy.
I know, sounds a little violent there. We were talking, actually, speak about that. All All right, just talk about a little bit of pop culture there.
Yes.
The last, I can't believe I thought about this right now, but O.J. Simpson. Okay, so straddles and strangles. What am I even doing right now? So my kid there, the young one, does this new trial with, unfortunately, United Healthcare. He's like, oh man, this is going to be a huge trial, like maybe the biggest trial ever, like on TV and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like,
In his lifetime, maybe.
OJ in his lifetime, but like OJ, like, and again, I don't know if you were around there, but I remember like basically running home from high school and things like that. It was like all on the news. Everybody was talking about it. Did that glove fit? Did it not? What's up with those? Like they went through like 2 or 3 district attorneys, I feel like there, and there was like all this drama back and forth. The introduction of Kardashian before she released her own video. We had Robert Kardashian on there, right? So it was like star-studded, filled up there. And then I don't think that the upcoming case is going to be anything like this. But anyways, just a little bit of news on that one. So, all right, 10:48. Do you remember that? Were you too interested?
No,
oh, there it is.
I don't really remember that too much. I just, yeah, no, I definitely don't. What year was that?
Oh, I don't. 98.
98? Yeah, no.
Yeah, 97, 98,
Definitely not.
I believe was the. That's probably the trial of like the century. Like I don't know if we'll ever get anything as.
I've seen the video of the car chase.
Yeah.
That was.
It wasn't even. I mean, and what? Do you remember what vehicle he was in?
Was it range?
Close. A Ford bucking Bronco.
Bronco. Okay.
Yes, the Ford Bronco, driven by.
No.
Al Cowlings,
Okay,
good
so
friend
he
of
had a
it.
driver.
You know, anyways, we can go back and forth about the case and about all that. And that's the other thing. Like, you know, forget about the case. Like just that drive through LA there, you know, like was like wowzers, man. Like that was wild, absolutely wild. Oh man, bringing back the blast from the past. We are at the highest spot we've been at all day now. It's courtesy of Microsoft, courtesy of GME as that continue to go higher, and courtesy of Palantir as that's holding the bid as well. It's Adara at the big desk with Money Talks.
Here we are looking at a bit of a bull flag maybe on the daily chart for the DXY. We had that nice support there, a bit of a double bottom at that 105.70 level, just going back to late November, early December. Then we have this breakout on Wednesday, December 18th. That would be the final FOMC meeting of the year, where the Fed had a little bit more of a hawkish tone than we'd really seen the rest of this year. Bit of a pullback on that Friday, but then we get that push up on Monday, and now 2 straight doji candles. Let's see how we end up closing, red or green, on this day after Christmas, currently trading around 108.2 for the DXY. We had a little bit of economic data today, slightly higher than expected continues jobless claims, slightly lower than expected initial jobless claims. Tomorrow, we're actually going to get a little bit of data as well. At 8:30 a.m., we're going to be getting wholesale inventories, the month-over-month change here. Retail inventories, ex-auto, we're also going to be getting, as well as advanced good trades balance. Then at 1 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to be getting the crude oil inventory, so a bit of an interesting one. The only other data point to keep an eye on today is going to be at 1 p.m. It's going to be the 7-year note auction. We know these 10 years have been pretty high. Sharif was talking about strength in the yield space this morning, so keep an eye on that auction. I will be delivering that info for you at 1 p.m. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, just I got nothing else going on. Like you said, yeah, you're involved in many tickers. I'm just involved in one. Looking for this price is compressing, right? We saw some big orders go through. Prices compressing. Market is holding underneath that 22. So, oh boy, all right. So there's some aggressive selling coming in here. Let's see again. VWAP. I like VWAP. Let's see if we hold above that VWAP or not. But the ES. Spider is trying to push towards the high. So I like that little bit of a confluence there. NASDAQ not really giving us the same kind of push just yet on the NQ here. Tesla actually got past that 462, came to 462.5 and some change, and then pulling back now 459s currently on Tesla. So yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys are trading. We only got about less than 10 minutes now, 9 minutes left until the midday show, where you guys will be getting the The
Strangles and straddles.
lesson on strangles and straddles.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of options there coming through. All right, so this is a different day. It's a holiday. There it is right there. It's a holiday day today here in Canada. We want to wish a happy Boxing Day to everybody. We also want to wish a very happy birthday to Neil.
Happy birthday.
Taking the day off right there. So awesome. I hope he's enjoying that. He's already messaged, and he is. So make sure you do hit the like and subscribe for Neil today, if anything. Make sure you do that and, yeah, celebrate his birthday by liking the stream here today. Thank you for doing that. One more time. Let's do something fun, all right? Let's do right now what's for lunch. Yeah, so I was going to say, like, you know, today, because it's a holiday, so what I was getting into, we do not have a catered lunch. So, Obi, I ask you the question.
Yes.
What's for lunch?
I don't know. We can go to that. I don't know if that Cabanos place is going to be open.
That's that burger place.
Yeah, that's that burger place.
Shit, we keep on forgetting to do that. Remember, so we got to do that. Well, we can go today for sure. I was saying before there was a shawarma place across the street that I was thinking about getting there.
That works.
Ramin was advising me on the toppings and whatnot to get no lettuce, no tomato. That is an inappropriate shawarma. If you put a lettuce and tomato in your shawarma, it is a wrap, as she had brought to my attention. Fair. She said pickles could be used in there. I think that's because she has an affinity for pickles. I think she's kind of like lying about the whole like traditional shawarma having pickles in there. But I love pickles in shawarmas. So I don't know. And we go pure like Osmow's, like not authentic really at all. Just like that's my daughter really likes that. So, but the place across the road I actually really like. And then of course Joe and Ramin are like, oh my God, the French fries there are like to die for. I'm not trying to get French fries, but we'll see there. We'll check that out as well.
So. I mean, that would be convenient. It's right there, yeah.
Maybe we'll.
If we're in too many positions, or like if I want to stare at this Palantir a little bit longer, definitely.
Steak for lunch. Yeah, no, thank you. We had last night we actually did sort of a tradition. I'm trying to. It was not a tradition, but. Again, it was a very, very busy couple days. We had the parents over there for Christmas Eve, and we just wanted to relax. And we went out, visited my grandmother on Christmas Day there yesterday, and then came back. And of course, it was like, what are we going to do for dinner? Well, we just ordered in Chinese food, you know. So I think hopefully that's what my kids are going to be enjoying there. There's no better like left. I mean, I don't think this is a very chalk opinion here. I don't think this is like, you know, it's very. It's like when you go and you're a stand-up comedian or whatever, you're a wrestler and you're like, so glad, like The Rock is back in Hartford, Connecticut. And then everyone goes crazy. But I was going to say, Chinese food, one of the best leftovers.
Yeah. Pizza as well.
Yeah, pizza.
Pizza's the classic one. Yeah.
But I just wonder if Chinese food is almost better leftover. I wonder.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. You don't even have to reheat some Chinese food.
Yeah.
We got, what's your favorite dish?
Like
Chinese dish. Like if maybe not like authentic, but like if you're just getting like, I don't want to say like dirty cheat, like just takeout Chinese, like.
I like General Chow's. Yeah, General Chow's chicken.
Yeah, that's
not too bad. Yeah.
The beef with broccoli is popular in our house.
Okay.
So we got that, and you know what? I like egg foo young.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's something different. And then, the Cantonese lo mein is also a popular choice. Okay, so here we come back into the downside right now. Let's get down to business. That's a Tiesto song. That's like one of my daughter's like hype songs right there. All right, it's a hot dog cannon. Oh, Microsoft. Oh, by the way, let's celebrate it today, Joe, because today we get the start of see, Joe, I pay attention to what you say, my guy. This is the start of this man's favorite tournament. It is the World Juniors today.
Okay.
Can we get it back, Joe? Last year, U.S. took it down. We'll see. We got Gavin. This guy, Gavin McKenna, man, this guy's like 15 or 16 years old, and he's leading, hopefully going to be on top. And then our boy, too, Joe, Easton Cowan, for the Maple Leafs. The 18-year-old led the way there in the pre-games to the tournament. So we'll see if Mr. Easton Cowan can hit it. So you like our chances there, Joe?
I do like our chances. But again, the Finns are good as well, so we got to watch out for the Finns. Because I think the year before the States there, they won. So we got to watch out for the Finn, who we play today, actually. So going to be tuning into that game and seeing how the boys are doing. There's no doubt about that.
Is that an evening game today? Or are they doing that in the afternoon?
No, I forget. It's usually, it's in Ottawa, right? So I'm assuming it's going to be around afternoonish.
Are we taking Sharif's plane down to Ottawa? Maybe we can go see the finals if it's...
Sharif's plane, yeah.
There he is. What's up, Sharif? Okay, good little talk there. I could have that talk with you, but I don't know.
I probably wouldn't be able to reciprocate as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
We did have that
sports is,
discussion about like where Michael Jordan had played before in the past and all that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, wow, what is, oh, that's Google. Google pushing up to some fresh highs.
What is the market doing right now?
Market's coming back to that 22, man.
All right.
So we're holding
Yeah, we got hits on some more lows there of Microsoft. Honestly, I could just review what the plan of action is here. We don't have many shares left on Rigetti. Breakthrough VWAP, we're out. So 1280, we're out of Rigetti. GameStop just continues to try to work higher, but still bouncing off 3250. We have a small piece left of GameStop, like literally like 5% left. Our biggest position left is still Palantir, just because we're holding VWAP, and I don't really have a plan of action on this one. I was thinking about just getting out if we break the low. I really like the stock. We have about 20% left of the reload, maybe in and around there. The math is, I've just been in and out of so many times. That's that one. Unfortunately, Peloton has kind of just rode itself into the sunset here and not done much. So this play might be a little puff, puff, pass, and not doing too much here with Peloton, to be honest with you right now, as it's just kind of holding the highs there. And hopefully it gets going. We said 1050 is the spot. We're going to get out if it breaks 975 to the downside there where VWAP basically is. And that's about it, man. We're out of Zcar. Pretty happy getting out there. It did pop up against that out a little bit, but still happy it's better that we're out now than that we're in. And that's that. So I'm done. The only other name that I would possibly reload would be Apple, but I'd like to get it a lot closer to that day's low where we actually punched out in order to make sure that we have the right price. Because if I go long again at the 200 period, this is going to be my stop again. So that gets run one more time, and then I give it back. So I don't want to do that on Apple. We'll just try to be as patient as we possibly can as we look forward to an exciting midday show there, Obi. So why don't you wrap it up and your idea there on maybe on Palantir?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, that 8270 is that prior intraday high as well. Some double top action in and around 55s, 56s, 8255s, 56s. We're trading 82 halves right now, 8250s. So only about 20 pennies away. Let's see a bit of some strength in the market as well. You can see the ES is hella strong right now. We did break above that opening range high on the ES, and here comes in the Nasdaq as well. The Nasdaq is pushing aggressively as well. So again, if that 70 gets taken out, I'm looking for that buying pressure to potentially come in to confirm that buying is kind of continuing on this ticker again. A bit of a trend.
Oh,
trade.
GME's
You can
going.
look at the higher time frame. We've been trending up for weeks on end, and I think that a little bit of a decent hold here on top of those prior days levels, 81 halves. Continuation, holding 82s, holding VWAP, and now pushing back up towards this high, 82.70. We're only about 3 pennies away from that one there. What is that alert? Oh, it's my Intel alert. Okay.
GameStop's
We'll
starting
watch
to
that
go.
one. There goes the 70, Sean. So 82.70 is trading currently on PLTR. Let's see if we lick this prior high, or do we kind of pull back a little bit here on the Palantir currently. So I'm going to continue watching it. Let's see. I'm looking for those 83s. Opening range high. Where is that? Oh, boy. Can we even get there? 83 halves. So about a point away from where we are right now. There goes the 70s. Some buying pressure coming in here on Palantir, Sean. So with that, it is 11 o'clock.
Yep. GameStop going, Palantir going, man. We'll end it at a very, very high note, but it's about to get leveled up. So good game there, Obi.
Thank you.
GG.
GG's.
Is that better?
I like that.
Yeah, okay.
Like that.
All right. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. We're going to go over to the midday show right now. We're back at 2 p.m. All right. It's Sharif and Joe. Thank you, Bears vs. Bulls, and everybody for watching. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Here it is. What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to How to Trade During the Midday. That is your boy, Joey Options, and I'm Sharif. And we're going to wait for everyone to come on over from the other stream. Hopefully it doesn't take too long today.